morning. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. A refreshing welcome to all of you present here to attend the in-house training for teachers conducted under the aegis of the Sahodaya School Complex, Dhanbad. A hearty welcome to our principal of Dhanbad Public School, Mrs. Purnima Sil, ma'am, who is also Vice Chairman, Coordination, and Mr. Surajit Sen, sir, Principal of Jharkhand Public School. He is Deputy District Training Coordinator of CBSE for Dhanbad District. Today he is our resource person. I request our Principal ma'am to present the bouquet to the honoured guest of the day, Mr. Surajit Sen. Let us applaud everyone for this bouquet. Ma'am, sir, please take a step forward and kindle a ray of hope through lamp lighting and let us all take God's blessings. I request all of you here to honor this day as we light the lamp of knowledge and glorify these hours. So let us begin this auspicious hour. Let me introduce you to Mr. Surajit Sen. He has qualified MSc, MBA, B.Ed and C.Tet. He has done his schooling from St. Vincent's High and Technical School, Asansol, West Bengal. With 22 years of experience in the field of education, he has received special training on school leadership and administration from IIT Delhi. He was selected as a resource person by CBSE in 2017 and since then conducted more than 300 hours of offline and online training for teachers. In 2021, once again selected by CBSE in an elite group of 150 principals across the country to train principals of CBSE affiliated school. Till date, he has trained more than 2,000 principals of Jharkhand, Bihar, Gujarat and Rajasthan. He is an associated resource person of Sahodaya School Complex of Dhanbad, Bokaro, Jamshedpur and Patna, and also resource person of Bharti Bhavan Ratnasagar. A simple man who wants to do things in life in a simple way. Let us give a warm welcome to him. Let us all applaud his presence as we may attend his sessions today on Smart Teachers Make a New Era Teaching Strategy for Schools, Assessment Tests and Drafting Test Items. While the assessment tests are essential, we may draft them. Initiating innovations in schools. How to start and maintain the innovations in the schools. So, we are highly privileged to have you here amongst us and be guided and mentored by you. We welcome you, sir, to begin the session and hear effective and innovative words from you.
I'm a very restless man, I cannot stand in one place for a long time. Very good morning to respected Principal Ma'am, Purnima Sil Ma'am, very senior principal of our Dhanbad.
First half
She is like our mentor, our guide. Devasis sir, good morning. I am in the middle of a session. I will talk to you later, sir. Okay. Since last year, madam was several times telling me, Shurojit, come to my school one day and do something. Come to my school one day. Madam, good morning. Come to my school one day. I said, madam, definitely I will come. But you can understand the situations, what happens. Okay, school, base, training and all. But I know last time she told me, if you are not coming on 24th, no, I'll pick you up from there and I'll bring you over here. Then I got scared. Now I have to go. I keep her at a very high esteem. Okay, she is also, all of you know that she is also the vice president of our Savodaya School Complex. And of course, a brilliant teacher. She may not know me that much as I know her, because that's how the things goes. Okay. As far as Dhanbad School, public school is concerned, both the branches are like my second homes. I am always welcomed in both the branches. The first time I came over here, there was a training program conducted by a particular publishing house, and I was here with a few of my colleagues and teachers and kids from different schools also at that time. Madam was not over here at that time, but that was my first entry. And after that, the school also became the exam center for my school also. So that's a big relief that yes, she is there, you all are there. So examinations will be conducted in the best possible way. And I also know some of you very well. Many of you have attended training sessions with me in Delhi Public School, in Dhanbad Public School, then in Aparna Public School. And many of you went to my school also. Madam was there for several times. She's a very senior person. I know her for a long time. Some of you are there. I don't know, I cannot see them. Babli Madam is there. Dear, oh my goodness. We both corrected papers for CBSE for a long period of time. Our association is a very old association. Ma'am, good morning. Sit down. Please be seated. So that's how it all goes on. Okay. Actually, very honestly, I'm telling you, Dhanbad, I'm here. Actually, I was born in Dhanbad. My mother is from Dhanbad. My grandfather used to work over here in the collieries. My mother studied in SSLNT college. Before that, she was in Avaya Sundari School. She was an economics graduate of the year 1965. Okay, now she's quite old, but still very active, So there is always a very close affinity with Dhanbad. Of course, my schooling and everything was in Asansol because my father used to work over there and all, and then I went to different places for studies and all. But that affinity for Dhanbad is such, that finally for job also I came to Dhanbad. So they say, madam, that some sort of connection is there with your birthplace and your working place. It happens. I don't know whether it is true or not, or to what extent, but it is like that. We take it in that way. And since for the last 22 years I am working, I started my career in the year 2020 as an ad hoc biology teacher. Simple biology, ad hoc biology teacher, 50 rupees salary per day, no Sundays, no holidays. Okay, so when I first joined, my principal made it very clear, I will not give you any, no payment for Sundays, no payment for holidays. Only the working days you will get. So that's how I took the challenge, and then initially I was also a bit, not that much serious about it. Okay, maybe I was thinking I'll go somewhere else, here or there, I'll look for a different. But once you get involved with children, then it turns out to be something different. Slowly the love, the passion, the compassion, they all develop and you move on. Then I took it very seriously, and then after that, step by step things went on. I became a permanent teacher. I was a TGT, promoted to PGT, then I was promoted to a coordinator, then I became the vice principal, and then some CBSE work also came. I became the resource person. I became one of the invigilators for CBSE, for CTET and all that. Many of you are also there. CBSE also made me a school inspector, like for the affiliations we go for inspections of the school. That also I have done. Two schools I have done inspection work for affiliations, and this is how things are moving on with the blessings of seniors like Purnima ma'am and good colleagues like you all. Okay. So today, what we will do over here is that we have 3 modules. All of you know about trainings. Now, no more discussion about trainings and all. We have to do it. We cannot escape. If each and every person who is involved in the school have to do the training. There's no escaping. Whether principal, vice principal, teachers, librarians, music teachers, sports teachers, all have to do 25 from CBSE and 25 from in-house. But this is the first in-house, I think. No? First in-house. Okay, and we have to do it. We will have small games today. We will have small quizzes also today. We will enjoy. With learning, we'll enjoy, and we all will learn. There is nothing that I'm a master of this or no, nothing like that. I believe that by the end of the day, my takeaways will be much more than your takeaways. Because when 100 people are sitting over 100 learned teachers are sitting over here, and I always believe in one thing, that is, one teacher is equivalent to 100 ordinary men and women. This is my personal belief. One teacher is equivalent to 100 ordinary men and women. So right now we are 1,000 sitting over here. And no matter whatever happens, no matter how much we are trolled in the social media, no matter how much some stupid filmmakers make films on us, depicting us as caricatures or cartoons or whatever they do, at the end of the day, I tell you, respected teachers, you have also experienced this. At the end of the day, they will come to you. They will come to you and they will tell you, Madam, कुछ तो बोलिए बच्चे के लिए क्या करें? Sir, कुछ तो बोलिए बच्चे के लिए क्या करें? They will not go to a baba or a dada or a politician or this or a mataj. Nowadays, previously they were babas. Now matajis are also coming. Na? This mata, that mata, lovely mata. One in UP, a new mata has come, lovely mata. She is blessing everybody. And she is giving a love sign to her. My goodness. I don't know where the world is moving. So they will not listen to. Parents will not listen to them. They will listen to you. That is the greatness of our vocation or profession. And teaching is not a profession. It's a calling. It's a calling. God has given us some special powers to do so. So with that, we will start today's program. A few things over here you may not like also, and you have every right not to like it. Whatever will be talked, discussed today is not that they are 100% correct. You have your opinions, and your opinions are most welcome. Because that's the hallmark of the training program. Some interaction, if it doesn't take place, then what's the use of that? No? So today we will learn, we'll try to be as specific, as precise, as unbiased as possible. But a few things I'll tell you which you may not like. You may say, no sir, it doesn't happen in this way. And you have every right to say that it doesn't happen in that way. Because that's it. That should be like that. Okay? So first one, the first module that we will do, we'll call it, it is entitled as Smart Teachers Make Smart Schools. And it has become very popular, somehow it started, and the schools of Ranchi, Dhanbad, many schools in Dhanbad, the main branch, we have also done this training program, Smart Teachers Make Smart Schools. Many schools in Dhanbad, Bokaro, Ranchi, Gaya, then this other side of this northern, the northern Jharkhand, like Pakur, and all these places, it has become a very successful one. It is in YouTube also, it is getting good likes and all. So this one we will see, and I'm sure you will like it. It is nothing new, it is there, you all are doing it, but it has been placed in a different way so that the refining can be done. Okay, so we will see that. Sir, I think it is that smart teacher. Yeah, you just can you make it the full screen? Yes. Sir, you can, madam, you can take a photo of this because this will go to CBSE. When you will send the annual report, you can send this. So you can take a photo of this. And you can take a photo of this. Okay, sir, the next slide. And in between there will be small quizzes, prizes to be won. prizes are also there for you all. Okay. Right, the first one we will see, we'll learn is smart teachers make smart schools. This is a teaching strategy. It's nothing new, it's the old one, only it has been refined in a different way. Assessment test and drafting test items, a work which is a must for all teachers, how to make question papers, how to correct them. But this is, you all know it, but just to prepare. And initiating innovations in school. So we will start with the next slide. Now whenever I start a program, I give a lot of respect to this gentleman, Alvin Toffler. I think many of you have heard about his name, many of you have read books and all. Alvin Toffler in 1970, he wrote a book called Future Shock. 1970, when many of us were not even born. At that time he wrote this book, and this book is still very much in use. And Alvin Toffler was an educational psychologist. He was a futurist who can predict the future. Okay, only a handful of people in the world are there who can predict the future. So he was a future, and we teachers can also predict the future. We have certain insights and foresight, God-given insights and foresights within us, by the help of which we can also predict the future and what you all are doing actually. Okay, so he said that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who are not ready to learn, unlearn and relearn. It has a very deep inner meaning. So those who cannot learn, unlearn or relearn, that was his words. Okay, he said that the illiterate will be those people. So in the process of learning, sometimes we have to learn certain things, maybe we have to leave them for a certain period of time, we have to relearn them in a different way and go on and move forward. In English there is a saying that move or change with the change. Change with the change, or else the change will change you. Change with the change. I think I'm audible over here. Yes. Change with the change, or else the change will change you. This is a saying in English, and it is very much in use. We just cannot expect ourselves to be reluctant to this. We just cannot stick to the same old thing. Okay, we will give due respect to the classics. We will give due respect to all the old things. But at the same time, we have to be dynamic, because the dynamics of the world is changing. No. Today what it is, tomorrow it will not be like that. What 10 years ago we taught in this classrooms, some of them are no more relevant now. That's what they say. But we will always keep in touch with the classics. We just simply cannot ignore them. That's full and final. Okay, so keeping or giving lot of respect to Alvin Toffler, we will move to our first module of teaching learning process, that is smart teachers make smart schools. Sir, can you have the next slide? Let's see. Now, smart teachers make smart. It's a unique approach towards good teaching, better learning, and best retaining. Respected teachers, I'm sure you will agree. It is happening in your classroom. That day, every day your teaching is good, no doubt about it. Otherwise, the school will not go with clips and bounds. When there is good teaching, there is always better learning. Yes or no? Directly proportionate to each other. And when there is better learning, there is always the best retaining. At the end of the day, madam, what is our duty? To make sure that the children retain whatever they study. We just cannot finish our job and say, okay, whether they remember or not, they don't remember, that's none of my business to do. But no, when we have taken to teaching, we must make it in such a way that they retain whatever we teach them. Maybe not 100%. Maybe not 100%. That's not possible. Human brain has certain capacity to retain. But we will keep it in mind that they retain as much as possible. And you know, why schools like Dhanbad Public School, Delhi Public School, DP, and I'm not taking all the names, or even my school, Jharkhand Public School. Why we are growing and developing? Because our children are able to retain the things. That's why they come. And I think all of you have this dream, no? You want to see during the admission time that there will be a long queue of parents standing, fighting with each other for one particular form. That is our dream. No, that is one of our best gifts that we look for. I always have this feeling. I will stand and I will see parents are standing and shouting and howling. Hey, मैं पहले आ गया था, आप कैसे आ गए? That is our gift. That is happening. And you know, in a commercial point of view, if you see it, retaining children is very important. Why it is important, I will leave to you. Who will give me the answer? Why it is important? Let me see. On a commercial point of view, why retaining children is important? एक छोटा सा question है. Anybody, any answer you give? Let us get any answer. Why it is important to retain children? Ah, yes, madam has hit the nail right into the head. If children are not there, money is not there. If money is not there, salary is not there, increments is not there. Madam, the first correct answer of the day. Where is that guy? Madam, your good name? Pooja madam, first star of the day, 10 stars to Pooja madam. Okay. Yes, practically speaking, that is also important. So, competition is very tough nowadays. We have cutthroat competitions. And should be there, competition should be there. Okay, so smart teachers make smart schools. So, next one. Many years ago, you must have heard about this man, or many of you, the senior teachers must know this man, I think. I don't know about the young teachers, but the senior teachers like Ajit, yes. This is Mr. Ajit, he is a Bollywood actor, a very famous actor of yesterday year. And you know, one of his very common villain, he was a villain. Yes, sir, he was a villain. But being a villain, he was very popular. Sometimes the heroes not only become popular, the villains are also very popular. Yes or no? So this man, he has a very common dialogue, okay, or a common saying. He used to say in most of the films, "Smart boy," like this, no, smart boy. So everybody is interested to hear the word smart. Yes or no? So next one, let's see. Respected teachers, honestly you tell me, if someone comes and tells you that, "Madam, you're looking very smart today," or "Sir, you are looking very smart today," how you feel? Yes? Very fine. Huh? See, compliments are always good for human beings. We are also human beings made up of blood, flesh and everything. We have emotions, desires. And if somebody comes and tells, "Bubbly madam is the smartest teacher," okay, yeah. So, madam, how do you feel? Very nice. Yes, yes, yes. If someone addresses us as a smart man or a smart lady, or the students tell us, and he will say students do tell, time to time, and we should appreciate that. We should not take it in a negative way. Sometimes students will say, "Madam, you are looking very smart today." They even tell to the principal, "Ma'am, principal, sir, looking very smart today." Thank you. That compliment should be. Yes, we are human beings. We all love to be at the center of attraction because that is a part of our life. If we say, "No, I don't like it," means we are lying to our own self, and we should not. So the next one. Or suppose if your spouse tells you, "Honey, you look pretty smart today," how do you feel? Yes, madam, in the morning you came, sir told you, "Honey, you look pretty smart today." Acha, sir is here only. Oh my goodness, that's great. Yes, sir, where are you? Where is sir? Oh my goodness. So, did you tell madam in the morning, "Honey, you look pretty smart today"? You told, sir is confessing. Yes, sir, I told you. Very good. So, definitely, kuch to meetha banta hai, madam. Excellent. Okay, so one for sir, one for madam. Madam, another star. Okay, thank you. Very good teachers. Very good, sir. Thank you. Okay, your good name, sir? Gaurav Sarkar, sir. Gaurav Sarkar, sir. Madam, your good name? Shivani Sarkar. Very good. Nice. Couples working in the school gives a lot of advantages. Very good, ma'am. So, yes. Okay. It's like that, okay? We human beings, we need, it is a moral booster for us. Okay, sir, next one. A lot of English teachers are there. I am not an English teacher, I am a science man. But still I will request, whatever is written, I think all of you will give some help to us. The English word smart, they say, doesn't possess a specific definition. Okay, if you just want to define it in that way, or meaning is a different thing, but if you want to define it, it doesn't have a specific definition. It is defined in different situations according to the requirements. Okay, according to the requirements. Okay, a smart hero, a smart teacher, a smart player, a smart administrator. At different levels, you have the different definitions. Okay, according to, but literally speaking, the word smart, when used on us, we do get a terrific feeling. Yes or no? Yes. Public madam told me, yes, I feel very good about it. You should feel good about it. Yes, it gives a terrific feeling. Compliments should be given to people. Moral boosters should always be given. It gives a terrific feeling. It elevates our persona. Personality development. In all personality development programs, if you attend, you will find they will always address you as a smart person. They will tell you are smart and so on and so forth. That is important. It elevates our persona, mood, and create an awesome feeling of being different from others. Okay, we get recognized. So somewhere or other, we all are in love. We all love to be at the center of attraction. That is human nature, and there is nothing wrong in it. We must be in the center of attraction. We have our qualities. We will depict our qualities. We will spread our qualities and make sure that everything goes in the right way. That is the very idea of all these things. Sir, next one, can we have? But the big question right now here, why we are so much concerned about this training on smart teachers? Why you are so come on? What's the big deal about it? Let's see, sir. What is it? Nowadays, everything is smart. They say smartphones, smart homes, smart investments. Nowadays, you will find, madam, several times these young investors from different companies, financial companies, that smart, all those boys and girls, they come and they are nowadays targeting the teachers too much. Okay, because now the buzz is there, the teachers also get very good salaries. Okay, so they will come and they will tell you, madam, do this, sir, do this investment, you know, from this you will get this return, that return. So these are all smart investments. So if there are smart investments, then there are smart vehicles. Vehicles are slowly becoming smart. The ambassador of 20 years ago, or 20 years ago also the ambassador was not there. It became extinct. The 20 years ago, the Maruti car, the Maruti 800 which is there, and if you see today's Maruti, there's a lot of differences. And the Tesla car which is coming, which will be a driverless car. Very soon it is coming in India. A driverless car, you just sit, you give the commands where you want to go. From bank mode, madam will give the command from bank mode to Dhanbad Public School. But you will simply sit, no driver, nothing. Automatically the car will come and land over here. So these types of vehicles are also coming. And from there, she will be able to see whether the teachers are coming in the right time to the school. Yeah. So these are the things that are happening. Smart classrooms we already have, and smart watches and all. And lately I studied, I read in the newspaper article that smart mattresses have also come now. Smart mattress, they are saying that if you sleep on that smart mattress, within 10 minutes, as soon as you lie down, within 10 minutes you will go to sleep. My goodness, so I read, what is so smartness about that one? Because many of us suffer from insomnia also. No? So they are saying that the threads that they have used in order to stitch that mattress, there are certain chips or certain things are there on those threads. And that those threads, they will have some sort of a rippling effect on you and quickly you will go to sleep. Okay. And you will not feel the pain, you will lie down and you will go to sleep within 10 minutes. So good for teachers. At least. Okay. So if so many things are there, if everything is smart, then why not smart teachers? Isn't it? No, sir. Why not smart teachers? Yes or no? Okay. Let's see. Again, sir. Who is a smart teacher? Is this gentleman a smart teacher? Look at him. Very smart looking man. No? Nice trim beard, well dressed, with lot of physics, chemistry, mathematics at the background, carrying this thing, what you call a laptop or something like this. Is he a smart teacher? Or the other man is a smart teacher? Hero teacher. See, look at his hairstyle. His button is open. And lot of his, he is wearing a spec of more to show his intellectuality, more intellectual spectacles, with little bit of beard and long hair, and spinning a bulb, trying to spread the light of knowledge throughout. Is he a smart teacher? Or, let us see, sir, what is there? Or is she a smart teacher? Look at this lady. Look at this lady. Very simple looking lady. Simple dress. She is also, most probably she is taking some sort of online class or something like that. Using very simple, whatever is available in the house. She is using a cooler as a stand. She is using a worn out board. You can see the condition of the board, black board. It is almost worn out. And she is taking her classes from her house. Is she a smart teacher? Sir, back to that previous slide once. Is this gentleman a smart teacher? Or the other gentleman is a smart teacher? Or that lady is a smart teacher? Yes? Acha, you are saying the lady is a smart teacher. Very good. Anybody else wants to say anything? Okay. Madam is saying the lady is a smart teacher. Okay. कुछ तो बनता है मैडम के लिए. Yes, madam. 5 stars for you.
In fact, respected teachers, I will tell you one thing. What is that, sir? Turn it. Let's see what else we have. In fact, all our teachers are very smart. You know, each one of you sitting over here is a smart teacher. Irrespective of which way we depict ourselves, we present ourselves, we all are smart teachers. Unfortunately, you know, our smartness was never measured in the right ways. Okay, because we never gave the opportunity. We always want to remain simple, down to earth, because that is another hallmark of teachers. No, we don't want to show off too much. We know what we are, our students tell us, but there should be something about smart teachers also. Sir, let's see the next one. In fact, our teachers are highly qualified. If we don't have the request qualifications, whatever we need, we cannot become a teacher as far as the government rules are concerned. Okay. Highly qualified, we are properly trained also. All of us are having either a B.Ed degree or an M.Ed degree. These are the trainings that we have, or maybe the certificates or diplomas, the Montessori teachers training degrees and all certificates we are all having. We possess a sense of passion and compassion. I can bet the 7 or 8 hours that you spend over here, whatever you do, once you go home, again you take a little bit rest and again you start working for the next day. This is a common practice among all teachers. Why you do this? Can anybody tell why you do it? Yes, because this is the takeaway. Yes, you already. Why you do it? Yes, madam also. Huh? Yes, ma'am, you love your profession. You are passionate about it. Chocolate to banta hai. Yes, ma'am, you love your profession. You have passionate about it. That's why you think, no, whatever little bit extra time, ma'am, your good name, please. Bandhana Singh, madam. You know, I just cannot waste my time. And all teachers who are very serious about their vocation, they do like this. We all go home, we take a little bit of rest, and we start again preparing ourselves for the day. So why? Because you are passionate about yours. So our teachers are very passionate. They possess a sense of passion and a compassion. You have a heart. You have a feeling within yourself. My student should be the best. Before the results come out, the board exam results or the school results or whatever it is, I again bet our heart throbs. It doesn't beat, it throbs like anything. Nobody over here can say, no, I don't take it so. It's very light. No, I know things will happen in this way. Each one of your heartbeat increases. If it doesn't increase, then there is something wrong. Because you have that compassion within you, no? You feel for your children. You want your children to go forward. You want them to develop. You don't want your name and fame. That is already established. Teachers, all of you. Anybody working over here for more than 20 years over here? Anybody? 10 years? So many of you. So you have proved your vote. Okay. Even if you are working for 5 years, you have proved your vote. Okay. So that compassion is there. We have a feeling of passion and compassion. That's why we are different. We work tirelessly for the students. Our main motto, main objective is one, which we'll see in the next one also. That is student learning. All these big talks, all these training programs, CBSE, NCRT, NIPA, CIT, DIXA, Siksha, this, that, what not. Surajit Sen coming over here, trying to spoil your Saturday, also leads to only one thing. What is that? Student learning. Yes or no? Bottom line is student. So we are doing all these things. Then why this discussion on smart teachers? We have everything. We are smart. Why? Let us see. Sir, let's see some. Okay, before we answer the previous question, why this training, let us just have a look at, and in a very gist, we will see the NEP 2020. Because NEP 2020 is also bringing a lot of changes. And smart teachers are very much important over there. So very quickly we will see. So maybe the answer is somewhere there. Come, sir, can you have the next one? What is the aim of NEP 2020? All of you have done NEP 2020 training, sir. Okay, you all know the NEP 2020. Okay, I think now it is in your fingertips. But these, how many? These 7 points are there. If you just remember this 7 point, it will be always there with you. NEP 2020 actually is this. First of all, it is saying that there is a paradigm shift in teaching learning process of the schools. Okay, now there's The classics, we have to leave a little bit the classic rules. We have to go for the new ones. So there's a paradigm shift. Okay, complete shift is coming in teaching learning processes. Focus shifts from rote learning to deeper understanding. In the morning we were talking, Madam and myself were discussing. In the NEP 2020 is saying that we will now move away from rote learning and we will be more on deeper understanding. Concept-based learning will be there. Okay, but somewhere the rote learning has to be there also. In a country like ours, where the population is huge, the ratio of what you call, if we take it in that way, our main motto is say 10% or 20% of the students think about establishing themselves with intellectual qualities and all, but 80% think how we can get a job. After we finish school, high school and higher education, we must get a job and get settled in life. That is how the system in our country goes. So somewhere we cannot forget rote learning, it has to be there, but maybe in a different way. Okay. So focus shifts from rote learning to deeper understanding of the subject, concept-based learning. And they say, it has been proved also time and again, that if the concept is clear, if we are able to put the concept into the mind of the children, then in whichever way they present us, they will always give the correct answer. That's for sure, no doubt about it. From content-based to competency-based learning we are coming, that is also one is there. Syllabus is important. Because until and unless you don't prescribe what are the things to be studied by a student according to the catching capacity of the brain, according to the age, according to the standard, if that is not made, then what is education all about? But there's a catch. And what is it? Now it is in the competence from this content-based, we will go to competency-based. Competency-based means if you join that concept learning leads to competency learning. Okay, so that the students will become more competent enough to face the world, where the real they will dig their hands deep into it, make the hands dirty to come out with the best, so that they are competent enough to face any type of competitive situations in life, be it an examination, be it a job, be it in real life, or whatever. So that is the main motto. Make them more skilled. Okay, let them understand, let them learn for the love of learning. Let them learn for the love of learning, not for the sake of passing examinations or getting a certificate or something like that. Okay, focuses on building 21st century skills. A lot of 21st century skills are there. Okay, the effective communication, competency learning, then this, that, and so on. So that is also there. More subject choices. This is also, madam, something unique, isn't it? Now, children will get the advantage of choosing subject according to the way they love the subject. Education should be also associated with love. If somebody forces us something to do, then it never comes out in that way. Like, sir, what teacher you are? Which subject you do? Maths. You are a mathematics teacher. Sir is a mathematics teacher. A man totally involved in calculations. Sir, please be seated, sir. Okay. But sir, suppose think yourself for the next 5 to 6 minutes as a student of the NEP 2020 regime. Okay. Sir is a mathematics man. He loves mathematics. He's very good in calculations and all. At the same time, sir also loves classical music. Sir has a passion for classical music. Every morning he just gets up and clears his throat with the classical music, and he's a master in it. He loves it. But unfortunately, he never gets the recognition. Now, according to NEP 2020, if he goes for higher education, if he wants to do a mathematics honors or a specialization in mathematics, along with that, if he wants to take classical music as one of the subjects, he is allowed to do so. So his love for classical music will also remain over there. That is the choice we are nowadays giving. It's not necessarily means mathematics means you have to study a little bit of physics, you have to study a little bit of chemistry. Whether you like chemistry or not, whether you don't like it. If somebody is a biology person, okay, that person, but he or she loves a little bit of acting, solo acting, mono acting, mime studies. These are people have a lot of qualities. It's not necessary that you have to be only stuck to that particular subject. So these things are nowadays coming. That is one of the best part of NEP. You have the choice to take your subject, and you can start at any particular time. You can stop it. You have some other work to do, you do it. Again, you can come back to that particular point and restart. That is another good point about NEP 2020. Especially when you go for higher education. Like previously, what happened? If you are doing BSc, First year you have studied. Due to some reason or other, you could not complete the second year. You could not go to the second year. You have to leave your studies. After 3 years, you got an opportunity. You want to start once again. You have to start right from the beginning. Now, no need of that. Wherever you stop, you can start from there. That one particular year, where whatever you will study, you will get a certificate for that. Next year, so on and so forth. So this flexibility is there. And you know, if flexibility is there, then they say education will be much better. Okay, if we just put them in a tight spot and no, you have to do this, within this time you have to do it, then only you can do it, learn. Then learning never comes. Okay, certificate we can get. Okay, we may keep ourselves awake for a few nights, mark a few questions from here and there, and we pass the examination. But passing will be there. Intellectual quality, intellectual development, knowledge will never be there. This is what they are trying to change it. Okay, so let's see if we can do. Emphasis more on skill education. Okay, the psychomotor part of the hands-on experience, more experiments. The more you do, the more you remember. The more you remember, the more you keep moving forward. And they say that seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. In our time, we all belong to the old school. I belong to the old school, madam belongs to the old school, ma'am also belongs to the old school. And where our quality was quite different, because 60% of our studies that we studied, that we learned, is actually we imagine. No, ma'am, we imagine. No, we used to imagine our teachers, because at that time we had only a two-dimensional board only. Okay, a few dedicated teachers were there. They used to do things in a different way for the students. Okay, like in this one, when I tell a small story, short story over here. I think those who have attended, I often tell this story because this is something that touched my heart when I was a student in school. When I was in St. Vincent's, I was studying in class 10. I'm from the ICC background. Many of you may be from ICC background. And during those days, you know, we used to have this original Shakespeare play, either Merchant of Venice or Julius Caesar. The common ones were Merchant of Venice, Julius Caesar, and Macbeth. Macbeth was in 11 and 12. And class 10, Julius Caesar, Merchant of Venice. And we used to have one short story book, and there used to be a book on poems called Panorama. Fantastic book. I still have it in my house. But nowadays they don't have the Panorama. My son also passed last year ICC, but he didn't see Panorama. Things they have changed. And in that particular book, there are a lot of poems. One was this, which we had in CBSE also for a certain period of time, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. In CBSE also it was there. Now they are bringing it back again. It was removed for some time. Now, my English teacher in my school was a brother. He was an Irish Christian brother. My school was a convent school. It's a convent school run by the Irish Christian Brothers of Ireland. And the English teacher was Brother Hughes. He was a tall gentleman, 6 feet 6'5", European man. Very unusual subjects he used to teach. English and mathematics, very unusual combination. English and mathematics. But the brothers were like that. They used to teach in that way. And he was such a strict man, and he was so much involved with education. It's very difficult to describe in words. During those days, we used to hate him like anything. Because the school used to start at 8 in the morning, but we, the 10thers, used to come at 7 in the morning. 1 complete hour was handwriting hours. 1 complete hour was handwriting hours. You used to write, you have to write and do handwriting practice. And he used to correct the papers, whatever, and every day he used to ask us to write 1 paragraph, or a letter, or something like that. And he used to correct all those every day, and he used to give us marks in negatives. Have you heard getting marks in negatives? Minus 35, minus 37, minus 21, minus this, that. And where he used to cut the marks? If you have not put the date properly in the corner, minus 5. If you have not cut the T proportionately with your handwriting, minus 1. If you have not put the dot of the I right on top of the I, minus 5. And then of course grammar and all these things were there. And one day he suddenly told us, in that typical Irish accent, "Listen, you stupid fools." His dialogue was like this: "Stupid fools." Or he used to tell the students, "These fellows, they are born as loafers, they will remain as loafers, and they will die as loafers." And this was the common saying. Today, if the teachers tell like this, I don't know what will happen. But our time was different. No, we never used to. Today, our parents will come, if you say like this. So it was like this.
So one day he told us, listen, you stupid fools, tomorrow you don't have to come at 8 o'clock in the morning. You come at 8, no, not at 7 o'clock in the morning, come at 8 o'clock in the morning. We got a really big relief. Thank God, 1 hour extra sleep. Thank God, 1 hour extra sleep. Okay. So next day we came to school after rejuvenating ourselves from that old regime of extra 1 hour. And when we entered, we came to the assembly, brother was nowhere to be seen because he was a class teacher also. Class teacher, come English teacher, mathematics teacher. He was nowhere to be seen. Otherwise, that 6 feet height man was always visible in the school. So again, a little bit of sigh of relief. Thank you. And used to, every day caning was there. Irrespective of whatever was the status of the student, whether the first boy or the one who was not at all interested, we all used to get at the back, we used to carry that Monaco cane, they used to call the Monaco cane, zap, at the back, bend down. So sometimes, students used to put diaries and all also, in order to avoid it there. But he was very, he used to catch it. What to do? Okay, life was like that. Students we all used to get scared. Then he said that, listen, and we came to school and we had nowhere to say. He said, yeah, brother is not there, no caning, no nothing. Today we will enjoy school. Okay. After the assembly, we were moving inside the classroom. The first boy, he was a short-heighted fellow, as he was about to enter, suddenly he jumped back and said, oh my goodness, look, somebody is there. We also got scared. Man said, who is there? Let us see. And we saw a man sitting over there with a ragged dress, dark skin, unkempt hair and beard, and he was sitting like this. We got scared also. How come in St. Vincent's an intruder? The main gate and the main building is at least 2 kilometers. During those days, CCTV was not there, but the securities used to be move around the school. So many security men, and how come an intruder over there? But still we looked, and then he was just falling like this. So step by step, slowly we entered. He told all to sit. We sat. Actually, that day, Brother Huge, he disguised himself as the mariner. He will teach us the poem, the rhyme of the ancient mariner. He disguised himself as the mariner. That fair-skinned European man, throughout the night he made a makeup. He darkened his skin with different types of colors and everything. He put on the hair, and wigs and all, with beard. He took that rag dress and he started teaching the poem, the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Because, in ICSE during those days, one question used to come, which was a very common question, is describe the physical appearance of the mariner. And right in front of you, you are seeing the mariner. You cannot make mistakes. No, you will always be able to write the answer. So that is what passion and dedication all about. It is because of that gentleman that we all have established ourselves. And that is why, because of that gentleman today, I am over here able to speak something to you. So teachers are great. Why I am telling this? Because during those days, teaching aids and videos and all these things were not available. No. So teachers, they himself used to portray according to the character which they felt is important for the teachers, students to know. So some of our imaginations used to come and some used to imagine. This is what teaching is all about. And since then, and I remember it, and I will remember it throughout my life. Maybe in your life also you must have some of these types of teachers, and they are actually the smart teachers who did unique things for the students. Today we pray to God that thank God I had a teacher like Brother Hughes. He passed away a few years ago. Okay. So, more subject choice on skill education and making assessments a critical input rather than an outcome of teaching learning process. Generally what we do, we conduct a session, we teach them, and after that we take a test or something like that. We give a result and the result comes out and say, okay, this is the achievement of the student, this much he has achieved, these are the things that are not there with him, so this is the thing. And parents will come in the PTA meeting also, they will sit with you, madam, ye kyun nahi hai, wo kyun nahi hai, you will also tell, oh, the spelling mistake kiya tha, ye kiya tha, they did this, that, this, that's all. Okay, that is an analysis of the student. But now, according to the new rules, these assessments, they will be critical inputs, not to criticize them, okay, but to find out
why the student has not been able to score this much when the first boy has been able to score this much. Because the same teacher taught, the same subject, the same duration. So why? What is wrong? So let us critically analyze and find out from there what this particular student is missing, who has got 70%, and what that particular student is possessing, because of which he got 95%. So it should be done in that way. Rubrics have to be prepared, and all of you know what a rubrics are. I don't have to explain that. And for each and every subject, for each and every examination, the new rules are coming where you have to analyze. I think they are doing also. In all standard school it is done also, but maybe in a refined way you have to do it. You have to analyze each and every student, and you have to make a chart, and you have to make a pie graph, you have to make all these things, and you have to present it to principal that this is the condition of my school. You have to analyze them, and this is my prediction for the next examination. This is how we are going to do it. And many schools are doing it. Many of them will do it and all. So this is how the system will go on. So if we are to focus on this, we need to be a smart teacher. So thus to be a NEP 2020 enabled teacher, you need to be a smart teacher. But what is this smart? I told you in the beginning, it's a teaching strategy. What is this smart? So let us see what is this smart. Smart is actually an acronym. Okay. SMART is an acronym, short form. What do you call a SMART short form? It's an acronym, numeric acronym, single acronym. Okay, where A stands for specific, M stands for measurable. Okay, A stands for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time bound. And you can see we have the photograph of Swami Vivekananda, the greatest son of the soil. And we have a lot of Vivek Vanis, whatever Swami Vivekananda said. Okay, they are all combined together in a book known as Vivek Vani. Okay, in that one he said that all good acts tend to make tend to make us pure and perfect. All good acts tend to make us pure and perfect. Smart teachers, the smart teachers, what that you will do is actually a good act, which will make us pure and perfect. So our students. Okay. So now origin, whenever we learn something, or whenever we give something to our students, whenever we start a new chapter and all, we always start with the basics. A little bit of history and geography has to be told to the student. No, whenever you are teaching something. Suppose in the mathematics you are coming with a new chapter, or in physics or chemistry or English, we just don't directly start the chapter. No, we can never do that. Our conscience will never allow. We have to do something. We'll try to get some previous knowledge of the students. What new things can be, then only we move into the chapter. Then what happens? So we get a solid platform to move forward. So here also it is important. Now the acronym SMART was first used in the year November 1981. In November 1981 it was first used, and 3 internationally famous management gurus were involved, okay, in framing it. George T. Doran, Peter Drucker, and Robert S. Rubin. These 3 people were the ones who have actually made this SMART work, okay, or SMART goals, or SMART teaching methods, or whatever you want to say. Predominantly it was used by the B schools. B schools, the business schools. In the US they call it business schools. In India we call it as management schools. The MBAs that students study, they go. Nowadays also some of the colleges are renaming them as business schools. The B school of India, or this or that. But in US they always call it as the B schools in all the universities and all. So they were the people. Actually they say, whatever the research papers that we have with us, they say that during this, in the late 70s, there was a debacle in the US economy, especially in the automobile sector and the pharmaceutical sector. The US, they are very particular on certain matters, and there are always ups and downs in their economy. So, whenever they find that there is something wrong is going in the economy, they quickly take decision to come out with something different to make sure that the economy can boost. So in the late 70s and the early 80s, there was this problem. So special special charges were given to these people. They are all great economists and management gurus and all, to come out with a solution to make sure that the economy goes up first. And they did this SMART goals. Okay, they call it as SMART goals, and it was used. It was used especially for this business purpose and all. Then in 2001, when Bloom's taxonomy was revised, When Bloom's taxonomy, all of you know what is Bloom's taxonomy, I hope. Okay. Benjamin Bloom, he has a classification of teaching, learning methods in the classroom that goes on. Okay, he made it in 1956, he started in 1950, he completed the work in 1956. For a long period of time, Bloom's taxonomy was going on. Then his students, Lauren Anderson, Cruikshank, Glenn Walker, something, another gentleman was there, they said, no, we'll have a short discussion on that also over here, okay. They came with the revised Bloom's taxonomy, okay. And since then, the acronym SMART is very seriously used in the academic world. In your school also it is used. David, yesterday's school was there, no? Yesterday also you have used it, but maybe you did not recognize it in that way. It is there. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are all actually using this, what you call, this strategy in our classrooms. It is happening. But maybe we are not that much accustomed to it, or maybe we have never really focused it in that way. So that we will see today. So it is seriously facilitating education for smart Blooms. Okay, sir, next one. Quickly we will see Bloom's taxonomy. Very quickly, all of you know Bloom's taxonomy. There's nothing much to talk about it. I'll just talk about this part, the 1956 one. Okay, when Benjamin Bloom first made the taxonomy, and you can see there are two pyramids. Okay, the base, as we all know, the base is always broad in a pyramid, and the apex is always short, narrow. So they say, according to Bloom, it was that in a classroom. Suppose this is a classroom. In a classroom, majority of the student have knowledge about the particular subject. Okay, knowledge about a particular topic. Okay. Then as we go on teaching and we find that a good number. Okay, a good number of students will be able to look at it in a different way. They may get a little deeper understanding of it. Not all students. Most of them will not. Most of them will be just casual students. They will be studying. They will be thinking about it. That's all. But a few of them, or not a few of them, a good number of them will try to get a little deeper into it. That's what happens in the classroom. If you see, then a few more will try to apply whatever you have said. Sir said that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Let me see whether it really works or not. This is the curiosity. Some gifted children will go. Not all will not go. Sir has told every action has an equal and opposite reaction. They will limit themselves over there. But a few of them are there. Sir, is he really telling the truth or not? Madam said that air has weight. That day in the classroom, she has used a balloon. First, she weighed the balloon, empty balloon, then she put air into it, and then she weighed that she did. Maybe she is a magician. Let me see if it really happens with me or not. So this fellow will also try to do it. Application of whatever. Okay, then analysis. Okay, it's fine. She has said this. Let me see how it happens. So they will try to divide that into small parts. This is the process how it goes on. Okay. Then they will try to make it by their own self, what is called synthesis. And finally they will evaluate. Okay, this was correct, this was wrong, this. This is how, and you will find this is the common part of our studies. Okay, in the classroom, up to this is generally happens. This is something which rarely happens. Only the gifted students will go for this. Okay, and this is what we call as the high order thinking. We know we have low order thinking and high order thinking. High order thinking with the hots and lots. Yes, the hots. Where you will put your heart to it. Then no more question of using the brain or the hands or the three domains of education. This is the cognitive domain, the brain, the heart, and the hands. Okay, the heart. When the heart will come into action, then things will come in a different way. And if you notice, all these words are actually nouns. Okay, knowledge and all. But then, it went on for a long period of time, but as they say, change with the change, otherwise change will change you. Learn, unlearn and relearn. So, Lauren Anderson, Cruikshank,
Glenworth or something like that. Anita Harrow was also there. They were all actually students of Benjamin Bloom. They said no, some changes are needed. It is more stationary. When you use nouns, nouns are more stationary. The dynamics of the world are changing. Action-oriented world is coming. Action-oriented education. So let us convert this. These things are nouns should be converted into what? Into verbs. And they said that instead of calling it knowledge, let us call it as remember. Most of the children remember. The basic study is remembering. Differences, fill in the blanks, match the following, definition, mugging up, giving. This is actually, there's a difference between knowledge and remembering. Knowledge is, suppose, what subject you teach? Sir is a mathematician. You are also mathematician. That's why so close to each other. Sir is also, you are a science teacher. Sir is a science, I think I know you. You are a very senior teacher, no? Yes. Only thing is now age is picking up. All of us age is picking up. Because he was a very young and handsome man in those days. I remember him. He was 7, 8. Yes, sir. That's why I'm thinking, sir, I have met you somewhere. Yes, please be seated. So nice to see you. Okay. Yes, in his younger days he was very handsome with a French beard and all that. He still is. No doubt about it. No doubt. He's now more matured handsome. Okay. Now I know, sir. Okay. Other sir. Sudip sir. Yes, Sudip sir. Very famous. Yes, Sudip sir. I know Sudip sir. Sudip sir is a science teacher. Sudip sir was here. Sudip sir was there. Sudip sir's qualifications are this. Sudip sir has achievements are this. When I say all these things, means I have knowledge about Sudip sir. But Subhabrata sir, okay, I know he's a mathematics teacher. That much. Because I don't have too much idea about him. I know him is a mathematics teacher of Mandal Public School. So this is what I remember him as a mathematics teacher. But I have complete knowledge about Sudip sir. See, knowledge means when you have total idea with facts, figures, everything, then it is knowledge. Otherwise, it is just remembering. So students in the basic study, they just remember. If we call them as knowledge, it will be not appropriate. So that's why the first change was made into knowledge. The basic study that students know is knowledge. They mark the things. You teach them that according to the same lines, according to the same tunes, they will learn it. Okay. But after that, the next one comes understand. Previously he was saying comprehension, which was more of a stationary word, understanding more of an action word. They will try to go deep into it again. And then apply that. Application and apply. Real life application. Okay. And then analyze, divide them into small parts and see whether air is this, okay, the balloon was this is the balloon expanded because it has elasticity. That's why when I put air into it, and so that is analysis. Then evaluation. This changes was made again more by Lauren Anderson, is that they changed this to one. He said that first evaluate. Before coming out with something new, we must find out what are the drawbacks over there. And those drawbacks should be removed. Then only we can create something new. So, evaluation, the haves and the have-nots should be there. The do's and the do-nots should be taken into consideration. And after that, come out with a new thing, complete new idea. A student, today you have taught a student about something about biology, say about the human bones, the skeleton. Okay. They have, after the one or two students you will always find will come out with a very, very different answer, something new which maybe we also never heard of. But not all can do. So that is how the hierarchy goes up. So this is actually Bloom's taxonomy. And Bloom's taxonomy, once it was revised, once the action-oriented words came into being, then SMART goals were used much more in the educational institutes. Okay, so putting Bloom into action, that SMART will work in this way. Specific, measurable, okay, realistic, what you call this, realistic, time-based, and yes, applicable or whatever you want to say it. Okay, sir. Now let us try to understand the acronym SMART in detail. This is where we are going to apply ourselves if we use SMART words. The first one is S stands for specific. Okay, specific. By this we mean we have to be tunnel focused. You know, when you talk about tunnel focused, all of you have seen a tunnel
If light is focused from one side of the tunnel, it focuses on a particular point. So we need to be tunnel focused now. Okay, no beating around the bush. We have to be tunnel focused with our teaching subjects, methods and strategies. Whatever subject we are teaching, whatever methods we are applying, all of us have our own methods. We may go to a B.Ed school, we may go to a M.Ed college, we may do all this, but you know, each and every teacher has their own way of teaching. Though always that copybook style may not work always. The copybook style may not work always. So we have to be tunnel focused, and we have to focus on that with our strategies, with our subjects, the methods that we have to use. Okay, we have to be clear cut and to the point. No beating around the bush. We have to be very clear cut. No beating around the bush. Time will not permit you. Things are changing. We have to be more dynamic. You may ask, sir, what do you mean by this? Why we should limit our teachings to a particular point only? When I am teaching, I have the right to add extra points somewhere else from that. If you are teaching mathematics, you can apply some extra points. You are teaching English, especially in subjects like English and science and all, where we always cannot just limit ourselves to one particular point. Yes, there is nothing like that. But try to focus more on the importance of that particular part rather than moving here and there. That is something needs to be fine-tuned, but it works. So the next one. So be very specific. M stands for measurable. This is very important. Listen, we teachers, in the beginning also I told, again I am telling, and future also I will tell, teachers have some special insights and foresight. That's why we are teachers. We have our own insights and foresight. You know very well, after teaching for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, this has now come into your fingertips. You know exactly how much your students require, how much they are able to comprehend, how much they are able to understand, how much they are able to analyze. That idea is there with you. That is why you are here and you are giving your best. It is not everybody's cup of tea. Teaching is a very, very difficult work. Any Tom, Dick and Harry cannot become a teacher because you have that special insight and foresight with you. You can easily recognize your class. So when we are tunnel focused, we must have this insight that what we are doing needs to be calculated perfectly. Remember, we are teaching the students the tender minds. So we have to make that calculation how much the student will need over here. And over here, you know, Madam also knows this thing. NCERT is doing a lot of research on this. They are giving us ideas exactly how much a student should be taught according to the capacity of the brain. Okay, there are some schools or there are some parents who go on saying, no, you know, my child is in class 5, but he can solve the problem of class 8 effortlessly. Okay, one child prodigy can be there. Everybody cannot be like that. And those who are following this technique, or those schools or those parents, they are doing a very big mistake. Let the child grow according to the time, according to the brain catching capacity, according to the age, according to the thinking. If we just go on putting the things right into their head, even if they cannot take it, then that is criminal offense. You don't have the right to do so. Many parents will also say, "Yeah, बेटा तो क्या बताए भाई साहब, वो तो ये वो कर देता है, उसके बाद ये वो हो जाता है." And you will find, madam, these children get lost also after a certain period of time. I have seen in my schools, you have also seen, many of you also, they become very brilliant in the initial stages. After that, they go away. So, depression and all takes place. Let the child grow in the normal, natural way. That is the best. What we are doing needs to be calculated perfectly as per the needs of the student. Whatever we are sharing with our students are measurable. I have to measure it. Like if you are in the chemistry lab, sir, chemistry, sir? Okay. Oh, sir is chemistry, sir. Sir, if one drop less or one drop more is given during the titration, what happens? The entire result becomes 0. Education is like, if you give too high dosage, they'll crumble down. And if you don't give, then also. So that is the quality. That is what a smart teacher is. He or she will be able to measure it. Is it? Yes, every drop counts in the titration. So every drop of teaching over here counts for the child's future.
child's knowledge, child's intellectual quality development. So that is why you are able to measure it. You know, बच्चा इतना ही खा सकेगा, इससे ज़्यादा दिया तो indigestion हो जाएगा. Right. So students, whatever we are sharing with our students are measurable and will help us to track our progress, their progress also. Okay, our progress and what we are doing as teachers and what for students. See, when you are able to measure it, when you are able to focus it here, then you will get your progress. You will understand how much you are progressing. And once you know how much you are progressing, automatically your students will also start progressing. This is directly linked to each other. You are experiencing it in your classroom also. Okay. Studies have shown that if one progresses, then it helps to stay focused and targets are achieved. Learning becomes more result-oriented. Okay, many studies have shown. There are a lot of research papers out there of various research associates and all. In fact, they say that if you are progressing, it's a human psychological matter also. You know, if you are progressing, if you are becoming successful, you will find to go more quickly. If you want to do things much better way, it is a human nature also. Okay, so studies have shown that one progresses, then it helps you stay focused on targets. Today you are progressing, you have achieved 5%. Your principal has given you a 5% achievement is there. Tomorrow it will become 10%. Because you know you are growing, you are developing, you have the potentiality to give so. And it happens in that way. Principals, we all are sitting over there. Not to school teachers. No, some people think, na, principal khalus aadmi hai. Kali tak tak piche pad jata hai. No, it's not like that. Principal is there, administration is needed, but to help the teachers to progress from their own experience in their own pace and manner. But yes, principals needs to be a bit strict also. Okay, that is important. So targets are achieved and learning becomes more result oriented. Because at the end of the day, learning matters. Everything slips. Sir, the next one. A stands for achievable. Okay, fine. You are measuring.
Sir, achievable and attainable also.
Both are same. Okay, in different words. Okay,
Yes.
like if you have a good vocabulary, you can go on using it. Attainable or achievable. Now you are measuring. You are able to measure how much. But whatever you are doing, will you be able to achieve that? That also needs your insight and foresight. Na? I have set a target. By simply saying, okay, this is my target, and I will do it. No. A smart teacher will always do it in such a way that it will be achievable or attainable by that. Otherwise, what's the use of doing all this hard labor and all? They are all useless. They will all go in vain. So insights and foresights of teachers are essential cognitive tools. Your brain is working in a different way. That's why again I am repeating again and again. Why you are teacher? Because you are extraordinary. We may live a very simple life. We may not show off too much, but our brain is different. If it is not, then 100 learned people sitting over here would not have been sitting over here. They would have been cooking in the house. 1,000. Yes, 1,000. Your brain is different. That's why you know how to achieve the things. So our essential cognitive tools with which a true, positive and perfect approach should be maintained within the classroom to achieve goal. And you are doing it actually. When you can measure it, then already you are starting the precursor of achievement. If I am able to drink this much of water I have measured, then my target is to make sure that I remain hydrated, and I can understand this much of water will keep me hydrated for the next 1 hour or so. So the quantity of teaching along with the quality that you are putting into the child's brain, you know it will be achievable. That's why you're, and there your smart work comes. Today's world, today's teaching will be like this, or the next era of teaching will be like this. More focused, more target oriented. Okay. And many schools are doing it. That is helping the students to get exactly what they need from the teacher. Thus, hard labor of the mind applied for students is achievable. Hard labor of the mind. We are also laborers, but we don't use our muscles, we use our brain cells. No muscles, but brain cells. And we are using it again and again. That's why after going home after 2 hours, you will become restless. You want to sit with your books. You want to sit with the syllabus. You want to sit with your lesson plan. This will pull you so much because you are focusing in that. So, A stands for achievable. Whatever we do, whatever you are doing, it should be achievable. If it is not achievable, then it's nothing. And you have the capacity to do. Sir, next one. R stands for realistic. No that fairy tale stories anymore. Pariya Ai, Batti Jalai. No. Once upon a time we used to study all these things. Okay? So no more that. Realistic. Whatever we teach must be meaningful, viable, okay, and fine-tuned. Fine-tuning? Oh, nowadays we go for the FMs in the radio, no? If there is sound, what will you tend to fine-tune? So if there is little bit of in the student's teaching, then you have to fine-tune. Okay, you have to be realistic. You have to go on increasing and decreasing the volume time and again, to make sure that it comes to the right tune. Fine-tuning is that. So it should be viable, it should be important, it should be useful, it should be essential, it should be there, otherwise. Okay, fine-tune and students will interact. They will interact. Once you start teaching the right way, once you are giving the relevant information to the students in different ways and means, respect teachers, I will tell you, and it is happening in your classroom, there will be interactions in the classroom. Students will start asking you questions. Does it happen or not? Sirs, madams, sir seems to be a very senior teacher. Sir, you are there for how many years? Achha, this one. But you have big experience, like long experience. You are teaching stuff. Okay. Achha, you are at Mount Litra. So wherever you taught, you must have seen this, or you must have experienced that when you start giving the right information, students will start asking you questions. Yes or no? Questions will, and if questions are asked, if interactions takes place, then that classroom is a happening classroom. That classroom is a happening classroom. Kuch acha wahan ho raha hai. There will be some sort of sound will come out from that. Noise will not come. There's a difference between sound and noise. Noise will not come. Sounds will come from that classroom. And if it is happening, means something good is happening. Kavita madam. Oh my goodness. No, now it is very difficult to forget you. Things are happening. A hub of learning is taking place over there. If there is sound coming, sound is coming, by the interaction of the students and the teachers, something good is happening over there. And respected teachers, I will tell you, if that happens, 70% of the battle is won. And principal will never come and say why there is sound coming. If noise comes, madam will say why noise is coming. But if sound comes, she will not. Because an interactive classroom is a happening classroom. We all want our classrooms to be interactive classrooms. Let some sound come. Nowadays there is a saying, no, make some noise. Don't make noise, make sound. Okay, so students will ask questions when they will find relevant and interesting things you are giving. Just what I said just now. When interesting topics are discussed, interesting matters are discussed, they will ask you questions. Sometimes some of the questions may seem very stupid to you also. No, we have a saying also, don't ask stupid questions, this has no meaning. No, let them, because they have the freedom. Their thinking is different. No? So whatever they are asking, try to answer them. If you don't have the answer, maybe it's possible that we may not have all the answers at all the time. So what we need to do then? Tell the children very clearly, okay, look son, look, I don't have the answer right now with me. I'll give you within 24 hours. But please make it a point that within 24 hours you give that answer. If you dodge the child, the respect will go down. They may ask stupid questions, they may ask funny questions, but behind every question there is a meaning. Why that question has come into the student's mind is something that we need to analyze. That is where your smartness will come. So we teachers should always be on our toes to take challenges and fulfill students' needs. So a realistic approach is be very realistic. No that fairy tales, tell stories or ifs or birds and this and that. No. Let us go for a realistic approach. Real, that is needed. That is the demand of the day, sir. And T stands for time bound. You know, when teachers are focused, when they are measurable, when they know how much they should achieve, then they always think of time also. Today's teachers are time-oriented teachers. Today's work is a turnkey project work. Okay, and physics teacher sir, Sunil sir is teaching physics also. Physics also you teach. Any other physics teachers? So you are teaching physics. Your life is only on time. No, sir. Physics teacher's life is on time. Physics need time. Yes, sir. Sir, good name, sir? Praveen Kumar, sir. So, sir, physics is time, no? Time is physics, physics is time. So we just cannot, and we biology people are very lazy people. It's like that. Okay. Yes. Physics, chemistry, whatever. Science. Life is all about time. And whenever we talk or think about goals, targets, achievements, measurements and all, then obviously time becomes the most crucial factor. And in today's world, in today's teaching world also, it's a turnkey project world. If madam has asked you something to place it on a table by 3 p.m. means you have to give it at 3 p.m. It will be better if you give it at 2:55 or 2:50. But if you just garnish it and make it well decorated and all and place it at 3:30 p.m., no use. She will simply throw it out and say, your time is up. Yes, Zaruni. No, you have to make it. You have to make your principal more impressed by decorating and garnishing and my work is ready now. Madam, you look at it, sir. She will not talk to you. And once she does this, you have to understand what she means. Because today's world is time specific. We just cannot waste time anymore. So if you are to be a smart teacher, you are time bound. So that's what they are saying. That work done on time is appreciated much more than great work done several hours later. So we teachers have to be on time bound. Our work should be like a modern day turnkey project. All of you know turnkey project? The commerce teachers must be knowing this. Turnkey project term. Turnkey project is like you are given a particular work to do and you turn the key and you open it and go inside this. If you do it before time, you will be awarded or rewarded. If you do after time, you will be penalized. And days are coming, I will tell you respected teachers, maybe few of you will also become principal within a short period of time. The days that are coming, man, is time bound. Turnkey projects. You just simply cannot waste your time. NEET examination was conducted in my school for the first time. Okay. And they made it a point that by 9:30, all papers with all the documents and everything must be submitted at the nodal center. If not, you will be fined such and such amount. And we made it a point that by 9 we place it. So me and my entire team, first time there was a lot of mistakes will come, lot of paper, NEET examination, madam, tremendous paper. Oh, paper, you don't know. Envelope after envelope, envelope after envelope. At least I have signed, if not less than 1,000 times. This paper, that paper, over here signature, and fingers were paining like it. And at 9 we submitted the paper at GPS. So work is like that nowadays. School work will become like this. We just simply cannot relax. Relaxation days are gone. Become smart teachers, you will be appreciated. So time bound is very important. Sir, next one. So if we teachers follow and practice these 5 steps, you are actually doing it. Respected teachers, in the beginning I told you, it's not that much new. You all are doing it, maybe you never took it in this way. Now it can be like this, okay. So these 5 steps regularly, with improvement day by day, then we will be called as smart teachers. But something more needs to be added. What are the other things we need to do? Sir, please, next one. Basic requirements to be a smart teacher. If you want to be a smart teacher, in order to achieve these goals and everything. So what if a teacher is seriously interested to convert himself or herself into a smart teacher, then a very strong mentality needs to be developed. You have to be very strong mentality. Like brain cells, liver of the brain cells, and you have to have a very strong mentality. Everybody cannot become a smart teacher. Only unique teachers will become. All the Dhanbad public school teachers are smart teachers because they have a very strong mentality. By seeing your eyes, I can clearly understand. You need to think out of the box. You need to think out of the box. The traditional way of copybooks are just relying on the textbook and a little bit here and there will not go out of the way. But tunnel focused. Specific you have to be there, but mind should always be looking after different things. Okay, devote more time on research to develop smart goals. The smart goals that you want to do, devote more time on research. Okay, today if you are talking about, say, madam, sleeping. I think she was there standing for a long time in the video with the camera. 1 5-star for 6. So, devote more time, nurture best practices and sustain them. Nurture best. There is a difference between best practice and good practice. Good practice, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't. But best practice are some of the don't do's will be best practice also. Okay, so there's a difference between best practices and nurture the best practices which are helpful for the students. Practice them and sustain, go for a sustained student learning. So the next one. Smart teachers needs to join hands with other stakeholders to develop smart learning and outcomes. Okay. There was a time when we were students also, when I started my career, many of you started your career. You know, honestly speaking, not with everybody, but with few of them, you know, there used to be an ego clash in the schools. There used to be. I have also seen when I joined the school I started my career from this Holy Mothers Academy. Okay, it's an old school. I started my career, and when I joined, okay, it's in Katras. My goodness, you won't believe, respected ma'am, you will not believe, and the respect teachers will not believe. You know, when I joined, I was looked so down. I don't understand. The senior teachers, you are a new teacher. There you want to wait. You know, the ragging is done everywhere, whether it is in hostels or whether it is in universities. Or you are a new teacher. So yes. आप वहाँ जाकर बैठे थे, ये मेरा सीट है. क्या करना? Headmaster was there. Okay. Whatever, whenever there used to be any substitution class, वो जो एक तो आया ना बंगाल से, एक पतला दुबला करके टीचर चश्मा पहनता है, दो उसको क्लास. हाँ करेगा बैठ. So extra classes also I used to get. Okay. If some problem is there, जाइए देखिए तो क्या हो रहा है उस क्लास में, क्या है इतना हल्ला गुल्ला हो रहा है. So, you know, very funny. I used to see, my goodness, where they have come. Why they are behaving like this with me? I couldn't tell principal also. Because she will say that you are not. I used to return back in the weekend. At that time, I used to stay over here. Okay. And I told my father, he was my best friend, to whom I can open up. So I used to tell my father, you know, Daddy, this is there. So he said, the world is like this. Either you mix with them or you leave them. That's the only way out. So eventually I also, and then one day principal asked me in the assembly to tell something. A particular student, a former student passed away, and suddenly principal saw me and said, okay, today you announced in the assembly that this thing happened. And that was the first opportunity when I got to say something. And when I came to the assembly, the teacher right now, who is right now the principal over there, he was a senior teacher at that time. He said, why are you standing over here, sir? No, madam told me to say something. Why she has told you? She should tell me. I am the coordinator of the assembly. You go and ask. You go and ask what can I? And he said, okay, but he cannot ask her also. Okay. I was good. So that was the first time when the teachers came to know that, okay, I can say a little bit. And after that, struggling. So life is like that. You have to. But this ego problem is always there. But nowadays things are changing. Okay. Like the science teacher always used to think, why should I join hands with the English teacher? What he knows. Look at the given. Their life is an only ifs and buts. And the science and the English teacher will say, what the science teacher will do? 20-mark paper is there in the board examination and they are boasting about it. Let them have a 100-mark paper, then I will say, what they know? Only this, they mug up and come. Okay. But I mean, this is like this. Okay. But now things are not like. There should be collaborative learning. In one of the, in NEP 2020s, you'll find in one paragraph they have discussed a lot about collaboration. Now schools, if they want to progress, if you want to make your school a smart school, then you have to go for collaborative. Join hands with each other. Make a chain reaction. The science teacher will join hands with the English teacher will join hands with the Hindi teacher will join hands with the Sanskrit teacher, and the social science teacher will join hands with the environmental science, and a chain will be formed. And that chain will cover the entire school, and a learning arena will be created over there. That is what today's education. We need each other. Not only the teachers. Suppose in the vicinity of the school, there are some intellectual people. There are good doctors or professors or engineers or high achievers in life who have done something. They can also be called into the schools, and they can also become stakeholders of education of the society, of the school, of the area. That is what is the need of the day. We cannot just live it within the four walls. We have to go beyond the four walls of the classrooms and the campus to bring the outsiders also, if we find they are viable for the school, and we can. That's what they are saying. Okay. Make sure that smart education aligns Smart teachers need to join hands with other stakeholders to develop smart learning outcome for primary, secondary, senior secondary, everywhere it is needed. Not only in the senior secondary, everywhere. And your smart teaching should also align with the mission and the vision of the school. Every school has a vision. Every school has a mission. And whatever way you are teaching, whatever as teaching ideas you are using, whatever teaching goals you are trying to achieve, they should always align with the vision of the school. They should not go away from the vision of the school. Otherwise, the main thing will not be there. No? That heart beating will not be there. So that needs to be done. Okay, smart teaching should also align with the given department of, with that given by the Department of Education, government, CBSE, CIC, whatever. Okay, whatever, because we cannot forget their thinkings. They have made the rules, so we have to go in according to that way. Okay, sir, next one. A smart teacher with total dedication will create an environment of confidence in the school and will make student learning in a sustained way. You know, once you develop these qualities within you, once you have this understanding, that unity within yourself, which you all are having, you know, that school will become a center of learning. A culture of learning will develop over there. As soon as the parents will step inside the school, they will get a different feeling altogether that my child has come to the paradise of learning. And that is why students are coming to you. Because you are doing it. That is what is needed. Why the schools are developing, why parents are there. Do you think it is only for status symbol? No. Okay, it is there for a certain spot, a small percentage of people, but maximum are coming because they know if I send my children to Dhanbad Public School Hiran branch, my child will be under the guidance of people who have tremendous confidence on their own self, and they will boost that confidence into my child. That's why that needs to be developed, and it is happening. That's what we need to do. Okay, thus, as so as learning culture will develop, school level of confidence, motivation, and all these things will automatically increase. They are all directly linked. Thus, the school will become a complete smart school because smart teachers are there. They are applying smart techniques. They are achieving smart goals. So why not the school will become a smart school? It is bound to become a smart school. It is a smart school. It will be a smarter school. So the next one. Some breaking news we have. Let's see what is the breaking news. So if you want to be a smart teacher like this person, kaun hai ye? Let us see who is this person. But who is this person? Akhir kaun hai ye? Dekhiye kaun hai? Well, here we have. Then sir, next one. Smart teacher. Our very own smart teacher. No doubt about it. Our very own smart teacher, all of you are smart teachers. Under her guidance, all of you are smart teachers. Sir, और क्या है? अच्छा, madam is giving certificates also to you all. Okay. So, certificate of appreciation from madam. This is to certify that all the teachers who have attended today's session are now certified and accepted as smart teachers with us. So, madam, all of you are smart teachers. So, anything else we have? Even she is telling that you are smarter than you think. This is what I am not saying. She is smarter than them. Yes, she is telling this. Sir, and this is this stupid fool's name and his phone number. If you want to add up something, suppose if you want to add up something to garnish this training program for the betterment of others, for other teachers, you are most welcome to write to me in my mail. I will always read and I will always take your suggestions. Many teachers have given me suggestions which I have later put over here. Okay, you can call me till 8:30. My phone is open. After 8:30, I don't open the phone because somebody in the house is there shouting at that time. खाली फोन आता है, खाली फोन आता है. पता नहीं आप किस के साथ घूमते रहता है. So, well, it's like that. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of a small strategy. Not so good, but definitely something is there. Smart teachers make smart schools. We'll have a break of 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll go for the next one.
Okay, how much time do you want?
10 minutes? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Acha, 10 minutes. Okay. By the way, before we go, was that viable? Did it really work or it is just like, sir, because your inputs are very much important. You are applying these things in your class. I know that. Just today a little bit refining on this. Okay, we'll have a 10 minutes break and we'll come back for the next session, that is achievement test and drafting test items. And
Once you come back, we'll have a short quiz. It will be like this. You will write your names. When you come back, you will do this. You will write your name in a piece of paper in block letters. We will collect the names over here. Madam will pick names. The first name that she will pick, that person will ask a question on this, what we have studied just now. And the second name that she will pick, that person will give the answer. And there are prizes for giving the question, making the question as well as for the answer. Okay, because question making is also an art and giving the answer is also an art. So let's break for 10 minutes. We'll come back after 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Someone is waiting at 8:30. Yes, you are also correct. No, she has told. 16 years of marriage has passed. Okay. Now you do whatever you feel like doing. Make sure that me and my son, both of us should get all that we want. If you do anything wrong over there, then I will take you to the court of justice. Otherwise, you go on doing whatever you feel like doing. 16 years have passed. Okay. So life is like that. Okay, what we will do now is actually ma'am is having some, I wanted ma'am to do, but she is having some meetings over there. Okay, so if you permit me, sir, you are there, no? Let us take a neutral person. You are associated with school. You are a music teacher. You are in the training also. Yes, you are also training. You will do it. Okay. Shuffle it nicely. Okay. Mix it properly. Okay, sir. You see it. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Now you pick one cheat. Okay. You pick one cheat and you read the name. Kulprit Kaur. Or madam. Stand up. You stand. Come over here. Come over here. Please come over here. And you pick a second one. Okay, you also come, please. Okay. The next one will be done. Then it in the middle. First, let us first have the first round. Okay. Madam, you hold this. Now, this is just like a game, okay? Because whatever we have studied today, okay? Let us see. So, madam, you will ask a question related to smart teachers make smart schools, and madam will give the answer. Okay, prizes for both. One, there will be 3 questions. Okay, 3. This round there will be 3 questions. Okay. So, Gulpreet ma'am, you ask the first question.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, you think you are the smart teacher? Tell me any one such quality which make you different from the other teachers.
Loudly, madam. Teacher's voice. Once again, you repeat the question because at the back they could not understand.
If you think you are the smart teacher, tell me any one such quality which make you different from other teachers.
Yes, I will. What I try to do is, I always focus on competency-based education rather than rote learning. I will try to do that.
Okay, very good. So you said that I will totally focus myself on my work and that will make me smart teacher. So both a good question and a good answer. So that's it. Sweet, third round. My enough respect and love to all of you. Ma'am, this is a pain for you for giving such a beautiful answer. Okay, ma'am, this is a pain for you for asking such a beautiful question. Help me again. 1 5-star bar for you. 1 for me. Okay, we'll go for the second. The ball is in the middle. Okay, who will pick up? Who will help us in picking up? You will. Okay, ma'am. You pick up.
Srimati.
Okay, you are. Madam, you ask the question.
Kavita Sharma. So I can ask it from here.
Ah, you can ask from there also. Yes. Give her the mic, madam, because she will give the answer. Yes, ma'am. Ask the question.
Can I ask one easy one? Sir has explained SMART. So, what is the
This acronym SMART stands for specific, M for measurable, A stands for achievable or attainable, R stands for realistic, and T for time bound.
I would like to take one right now.
Yes. Okay, the third one. Third one, Rita ma'am will pick up the names. STNC. Okay, you will ask the question, sir will give us the answer. Oh, you. Acha, you are there. Oh, okay. Acha, good. Music sir will give the answer.
Hello. Sir, please tell me the name of the book which written by the Albert Crawford.
Alvin Toff.
Alvin
Good question. Excellent question. Yes, a lot of hands are up. Alvin. You didn't follow. Okay. Ma'am. Let us go for a lottery. Again, sir. ये क्वेश्चन तो कैंसिल okay, but he has asked the question. We want another ticket. The future shop is there. I will link off the road. No, this answer we cannot give. Another question. You ask the question.
She will ask the question.
Let her ask the question and pick another name. Or let somebody else answer it. Okay, let everybody take part in. Madam will ask the question and who's that? Poonam madam. Okay.
In which year Bloom's taxonomy was revised?
Oh, again. उनको पहले बोलने दीजिए. I know the child within the man is coming out. तैयारी की है. You don't know. Okay. 1956. 1956. Revised in 2001. See, in 1956, Bloom's taxonomy was made by Bloom. In 2001, it was revised. Okay. So she was asking that question, but the way the answers came, again we have to go for it. This is also cut. We will again go for one more. Madam, pick up two more names. And those names which are picked, madam, you remove those names because the next round. But madam, a good question was asked. There is a prize for you. Tapan sir. Who is Tapan sir? Archana madam and Tapan sir. Okay. Tapan sir, you ask the question. Archana madam will give us the answer. And request to all of you, if you know the answer, please do raise your hand. Let the game go on.
Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, Sarah, three words are there: learn, unlearn, and relearn. So explain these three words.
Explain these three words. Both are question. Very good. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Very good.
And unlearn is whatever we have learned, you have to just keep it aside and relearn whatever the things are going in the new. That is relearn.
Okay. Learn whatever we have learned. Unlearn means a few things we have to keep at bay and you have to move with a new one. That's what you mean. The new set. Fantastic. Excellent. So, Tapan sir will get a prize. Learn, unlearn and relearn is a very good question. Madam, you will get a prize for this. This page is for you. And madam, you asked a question. Sir also asked a question. Sir, mathematics sir, you asked that question. You will also get a pen. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Ma'am, what is your good name, ma'am? I forgot. And of course, all of you will get chocolates also. Some more rounds. Because more rounds will be on this. Achievement test and all. And sir, आपके लिए 5 star for you one or yes, you one for Rita madam one and for Rita madam for coordinating the entire program. There is a 5 star for you also. Okay. So see, things should be like this a little bit. Otherwise, one person will only talking, it becomes so boring. Now you all have internet. And what the good thing to see is the way sir was showing his passion. I want to. The child within the man came out. That is what we all need. Sir, that is smart. Yeah, that is smart. That is the smart. Yeah, Pramod Kumar Pandey, sir. So they call you what? PKP? PP. PP, sir. Okay. Now we will move to the next one. We'll move to the next one, that is achievement test and drafting test items. Okay. Again, one simple question before we go forward. What's the use of all this? What's the use of all these training programs and this and that? You answered in the first round also. I think that same answer is
To achieve the goal.
To achieve the goal. To achieve the goal.
To apply.
Apply. Okay. But to achieve it?
Interactive class.
To make interactive class very good. To achieve the goal. Feedbacks. Okay. For better learning. Better learning.
To make the children smart.
To make the children smart, definitely. Madam said for better learning. Yes, ma'am. See, at the end of the day, everything is on learning. How much the students learn. Okay, yes, ma'am. We are actually looking for this one. Your good name, ma'am? Nanda Pandey, ma'am. Okay. So Nanda Pandey. See, whatever we do, at the end of the day, it goes to one particular point, and that is student learning. Bas, that's all. So achievement test and drafting test items is something related to how we conduct tests, why tests are to be conducted, what are the things we do for the test, and how we can make question papers and others. No, very simple. You all are doing it, you know the process and everything. This is again just a refining, just to remember them. Okay. So ascertaining quality and quantity of learning. Sir, the next one. Let's have your own opinion. Why do you conduct assessment test? Okay, please tell us. Be very free.
To get the feedback from the students.
To get the feedback from the student. Very good. Any other answer we have? To know the learning outcome. Anything else from that side?
Strength and weakness of the student.
Okay. To see what we have achieved, to see what changes we need, so that we can improve. Very good. Excellent. Anybody else? Progress. To see the progress. Wonderful. Yes, Papita? To check their understanding. Yes. Yes, how much they have retained or whatever they have retained. Yes. Anything else? Any other thing that you want to use? Are they able to think critically? Excellent, excellent. Are they able to apply in their practical life whatever we have taught them? Huh? Yes, yes. Huh? To know the knowledge of the subject, whether they have got the concept of the subject, whether they understand it or not. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Beautiful. See? Yes, sir.
It also helps us to check in which part of the education we have to help them.
Ah, great. It also helps us to find out exactly where the students need our help.
Maybe in one particular subject, at one particular topic, they have mastered it. But something related to that topic, they are not able to master it. So we need to help over there. Unique answer, sir. Yes, sir.
To set a goal and how to achieve the goal, make the student learn.
To set a goal and how to achieve the goal and make the children learn. Yes, all of you have answered it. This is the very purpose of conducting tests or assessments or whatever. How we conduct, let us see. Okay, sir, next one. See, they are saying that assessments and evaluation play a very important role. Okay, play a very important role in teaching learning process. No doubt about it. Whatever you have said are actually associated with this. Okay, they are very important. Teachers should be concerned about students' learning and diagnosis of their weakness. This is our main thing. We should understand that whatever you said, like sir said, certain things they don't understand, that we have to know. That is the diagnosis we will. You know, certain things they know, certain things maybe superficially they know. The concept has to be made more clear. These are the various ways by means we will conduct the test. Okay, teachers should be concerned about the students' learning and diagnosis of their weakness and inadequacies. Okay, in instructional strategies for bringing about improvement in their learning, then mere assessment of their achievements. See, we are not here to just teach them, or better to say lecture them, conduct a test this way, that way, give them a mark sheet in such a way so that the parents are also happy, the school is also happy. No. Quality schools doesn't go for that. Quality schools go for total knowledgeable informations. Total intellectual quality should be there. That is what is the duty of the quality schools. There are schools and there are schools. I think many of you have heard this story also about the schools and how different schools work in different ways. Okay, I'll just take 2 minutes and I'll tell you this story, because whenever I conduct a this I tell, because it is a satire, and this is how the system also works. So we should know the positive effects as well as the negative side of the learning also. There are some schools where the teachers are like ayarams and gayarams. You know ayaram and gayaram? आते हैं कुछ दिन पढ़ाते हैं भाग जाते हैं. छोटे स्कूल में, बड़े स्कूल में नहीं आते. एक बार धनबाद पब्लिक स्कूल में कोई आ गया तो नहीं छोड़ देगा. Yes. Because that status of the school, the quality of the school, the way the school functions compels the person to stay back in the school. And then there are small schools which have big names. Small schools with big names. Okay. Stanford International School, Oxbridge International School, all as if they are all coming all the way from London to over here. And what happens in these schools, they are small mushrooming schools. Students also go over there. A certain strata of the society goes over there to study. And in one such school somewhere in the country, this was like that, and one person was working as an English teacher over there. And he joined as an English teacher, and the principal told him that, listen, you make the question paper and all ready करके रखिए. हम लोग wait नहीं करते. We don't wait for anything. Okay, our is different. We think in a different way. And make sure whatever you make, those things should, whatever you teach and whatever you tell the student, only those things should come in the examination. Nothing more or nothing less. Because my students should pass, my parents should be happy. Teacher said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And he taught the students 2 English paragraphs. One was friend and friendship, and the other one was my school or something like that. In the meantime, when he was teaching nicely and was getting a little bit of name and fame, another neighboring school heard about him, and they caught him and told him, sir, how much you are getting salary over there? And चलिए ना हम आपको 200 रुपया ज़्यादा देंगे, आप हमारे स्कूल आ जाइए. So the situation of the nation is such because of unemployment and all this thing. So if he gets 200 rupees extra, he thought, okay, maybe I'll be able to make my family members happy with that one. Let me go. And he left the school and joined. So another new person comes. There is no dearth of learned people. I will say people with certificates in the country. There is no dearth of people with certificates in the country. Education, intellectually, it is different thing. So another new man came over here. And a new man, he has to impress the management, he has to impress the students, he has to impress everybody that he is a bit different than the other one. Once upon a time, these types of things, they are still happening. So this man comes and the principal gives him, the owner cum principal gives him the payment. Sir, देखिए sir, ये question paper है, अभी it is not yet typed. You go through it, type it, because now the examination will start. So he reads it just 1 minute. Hello.
अच्छा ये भी आपको कहाँ से मिली?
पॉज कर देते हैं, थोड़ा सा उसका ले लिए ये
A bit different from others. Okay. Position, how I'll get a position. So he's got a paper and he said, okay, this is there. No? This is there, no? So let me do a little bit change one. So instead of friend and friendship, he just converted it to father and fatherhood. Yes, just father and fatherhood. It was previously it was friend and friendship. Now it became father and fatherhood. Fine. And the paper came in the examination. The children were shouting and howling initially. Hey, sir taught us friend and friendship. And now father and fatherhood has come. This is cheating. We will protest and all this thing. But in all school there are some intelligent students are also there. And they started and they are generally other leaders. They said, why you are shouting and howling like this? The matter is same, yeah. Instead of friend, you will write father in the essay. But that's all. You don't need anything else. He said, okay, this is also correct. And they wrote the essay, and the essay was something like that. There are fathers and fathers in this world. I have many fathers. Ram Kumar is my best father. And at the end, the conclusion comes: a father in need is a father indeed. So the world was like this also. Yes, ye hakikat hai. This is true. It's a fact. In many places, it's but somehow to finish off the thing. But then that is not the purpose. Not our purpose is not just to make an assessment and give a result. Something beyond that. To find out the deficiencies of the children. To find out our own deficiencies, where we are wrong. How much we need to improve ourselves. That is the test is not only for the student, it is for us also. That we have to keep it in mind. So, the main purpose of testing is first determine the achievement level and progress of pupil. That is the first thing, definitely. Achievement level and the progress of the pupils, how much they are achieving. To obtain data for diagnostic purpose. If that we are talking about in the beginning, that the rubrics and all, what are the things that the students are missing from a test? Definitely, if you go for a critical analysis of it, you will definitely come out with the diagnostic measures. Sir is teaching mathematics. If he is finding that most of the students, while solving the equations, are making a few mistakes. Okay, maybe they are not putting the equal sign below the equal sign, or they are not separating the left side and the right side in the proper sequence. He knows that this is the diagnostic, this is where the diagnosis is needed. Or suppose if madam is teaching English, she is fine. English teacher, madam? Who teaches English? You teach, madam. Okay, the madam is finding that most of the children are making a mistake with the article the. Even before the first person singular number, they are using the word the Ravi, the this. So this is a mistake they are making. So see, understand that I need little bit of, I have to make the student understand over here. So that needs a little hard work. Definitely, you have to dig yourself deep into it, but you will come out with a solution. For that purpose also we do it. Okay, to identify interest of students. Now see, this is another important part of this assessment test. When we conduct test, we read their answers. You will find some of the children, they give the answers in such beautiful way, where you will get a clear-cut idea that where the student is interested. Some are very interested in giving good handwritings, Some are very good in giving the presentation. They may not be scoring high-five marks, but the way they present the answers, the sequence, the way that also you get that person has an artistic quality. Some may have very good way of describing the particular answer that you are looking for. They use the vocabulary in such a way by placing the right words at the right points. That gives you an idea that this child has a likeness for what you call. There's a particular word I'm forgetting right now. For placement of the words, he knows how to present the things properly. So these will also give us the idea about the student's interest. Like a mathematics student, if he solves a problem in a different way, will show that this person looks more for logic or a science answer, or somebody's writing letter writing, which we have in CBSE, also gives us a lot of ideas about the quality of the student, the way they write the letter, the way they select the names of their friends or organizations, or all these things are intellectual qualities of the students. To identify underachievers, those who are not achieving, we have a target. Smart teachers have targets. My achievement of the class should be this. If that is not coming, means let us identify the underachievers. And from there you can do it. So that we do. And to identify the self-concept, attitude and personality pattern of the students. Yes. At the end, we get a clear-cut idea about how much concept the student has. Okay, what is their attitude, what is their personality. That I told you, some students place the paper such a beautiful way they present,
answers one by one with the full stop, comma, drawing a line under. Even within 3 hours, some students will not be able to do it, and some will do it so beautifully, They will draw the lines properly, they will underline with red pen, they may sometimes make one or two small cartoons to give the answer, and CBSE prefers this. Ask, madam, we corrected papers for a long time. Madam, we used to get answers when we used to correct the class test. Children used to draw the cartoons and we used to give the marks, remember? Those used to write in points, yes. More marks we used to give them. Because that is what is the need. That shows the personality of the student. How much the student have got the concept and how they present it. This is something that we need to do. Okay. So this is why this is the main purpose of testing. Then we will see. It's the next one. So main purpose of testing continued. Okay. To ascertain the extent of social development of the student. See, through answers, the way they write, the way they place their words, the way they describe situations and all, that also gives us an idea about their social positioning. You will find, and this is a fact, the students coming from different strata of the society, they give the answers also the way they come. If we really look deep into it, if we go deep into it, we seldom go deep into it, but if we go deep into the answers and if we really put our thoughts into them, we will find that students give certain answers which also depends on the society they are coming from. Yes, it's a fact. You ask a student to write a letter to the police department about the rise of eavesdropping around the school premises. You will find different students will write in different ways according to the strata of the society they come from. Some will use beautiful words, some will use beautiful situations, some will use very rash situations, because maybe from that society that rashness is too much of there. This is something that needs a very deep inner thinking, and this is why we go for the tests. Okay, to identify gifted students, obviously, gifted students are always there. Okay, their answer. Some of the students I remember, you remember, okay, for whose answers you don't really have to do anything, so beautifully they present. I remember this boy who was Jharkhand topper in CBSE in the year 2007 or 8, or maybe 7 or 8. Okay, his name was Ujjwal. A boy was called Ujjwal. He was a CBSE topper. He was from my school, Boimagas, okay. And he was a CBSE topper. Believe me, I taught him right from, I saw him from 5 onwards, and I taught him from class 8 onwards. Whatever test we conducted in the school, whether it was a 5-month test or whether it was a terminal test, the way he used to write the answers of that shit, he was completely different, and that's why he went on. But he could have gone to various other projects and established, but then he went for engineering, and now he's working with Amazon. Okay, but a talent lost, I will say. He could have been a unique talent for the nation, but he is working in Amazon and now. Okay, God has destiny for others, in various ways. To improve learning techniques and to improve teaching techniques also. If learning techniques needs to be improved, if my student in my class is not able to achieve that goal which I have promised myself, then there is something wrong with my teaching also. I have to blame myself also. Everything we cannot say, no, that I thought that the student didn't get it, what can I do? A good teacher will never say that. A good teacher will also diagnose his own self or her own self. Where I am going wrong. What are my faults? What are my demerits? The moment we are able to find these things, we are cut above the rest. It is very easy to describe others, but it is very difficult to describe our own selves. The day we will be able to describe our own self, that I am this, these are my limitations, then I will understand that his life is all good. That is also important. A teacher has to do the diagnosis for his or her own self. These are the points I am making mistake. I have to rectify myself. I have to refine myself. That is important. Otherwise, it's a weak teacher. And with due respect to the government teachers, they say they never make mistake. Why they say they never make mistake? I don't. नहीं सर, हम लोग को गलती हो ही नहीं सकता है. हम लोग तो कंपटीशन लड़के आते हैं. और जैसे हम लोग कोई कंपटीशन लड़ते नहीं, हम लोग डेली कंपटीशन लड़ते हैं. हमारा स्कूल में हमको प्रूफ करने पड़ेगा कि मैं दूसरे टीचर से 200% बेटर हूँ, तभी मैं टिक पाऊंगा, नहीं तो आउट. It's a fact. Yes. We all are colleagues, but each one of us is a competitor of the other also. This also you have to take with a pinch of salt. We are good family, we are good teachers, we all live unitedly, but at the same time, each one is the competitor of our professional world it is like that. So we have to also improve our teaching techniques. Sir, next one. Achievement test. What is the definition? Exact definition of achievement. This is a device of measurement that helps in ascertaining the quality and quantity of learning in a subject or group of subjects after a period of instruction by measuring the present day ability of the individual concerned. So what is assessment test? It's a big definition. It's a it's an educational word definition, and all big people give this definition. What is it? It's a simple way to find out what a student, how much the student has learned, what is the quality and the quantity of learning. Actually, quality and quantity of learning, when you mean to say, suppose you have made a 100-mark paper, and in that 100-mark paper, a student has achieved 10%. 10. That means what? His quality and quantity, both of learning, has not reached to the right level. 100-mark paper, he is only able to answer 10 questions. Suppose there are 30 questions, and he is only able to answer, say, 5 questions. That means what? His quality of the learning is not good, not up to the mark. That's why he has only been able to achieve that. And the quantity of learning means the fellow definitely has not completed his syllabus. Teacher has completed the syllabus properly, but the student has not completed or revised the syllabus properly. That is why he has got he is able to answer only a handful of questions. Otherwise, everything comes from the syllabus. Nothing comes from the outside. No matter whatever parents and students say, this is not the paper most difficult. Mind it, you all know this very well. Nothing comes from outside. Nothing comes. Maybe the questions pattern can be turned. They can be twisted and turned a little bit, but everything within the syllabus. So this will give us an idea how much the student has studied and what is the quality of learning. Quality of learning is also very important. Teacher is giving 100% quality, but is that student able to take that? That you have to understand also. According to Moon and Lindquist, okay, they are all educationalists. They say that a general achievement test is one designed to express in terms of single score of students' achievement in a given field of achievement. The same thing. You have a 100%, 100-mark full paper. Okay, in that full paper, how much the student has achieved, whatever he has done, that is an achievement test. It's nothing more than that. These two people are Lindquist and Moon. Okay, sir, next one. Objectives of achievement test. What are the objectives? That was the purpose, now the objectives. Okay, we all have certain objectives in life. Okay, what are the objectives? To judge the competency of teachers and also emphasis on his or her teaching methods. Objectives of achievement test. When we will conduct, we have to judge the teacher's quality also. Remember, all of you are judged every day by the students, by the school management. And it is a process of judgment. And every day we are trying to improve ourselves. So the quality of the teacher and our teaching method. To realize the degree of understanding and comprehending achieved by the students. Some teachers have some unique qualities, They will enter the classroom, they will take the subject in such a way, that within minutes and seconds students will answer. Some teachers take a little bit time. That depends upon person to person. But each one has their own unique way of teaching. So achievement test also gives us an idea how much the students are able to comprehend. Okay, you have given a particular answer, you have taught a particular subject or a particular topic, you have given the particular answer. Now different students will write in different ways, isn't it? Now, that's what we get. Different students write in different ways and means. And from there, you get a quick recapitulation on who has understood the concept and who has not understood the concept. And from there, you can go for the critical analysis. Okay, so that is there. Realizing the degree of understanding and comprehending how much they have achieved. In a 5-mark question, Madam is giving 3 to Ria, 3.5 to Rani, 4 to Rayan, and 5 upon 5 to Rishabh. Why, Madam, you have given like this? You are partial. Rishabh is handsome, so you have given him more marks because he always tells you, Madam, you are very smart, you are very sweet, you are very this, that's why. And Ria is your competitor, she also wants to be more beautiful than you in the school, that's why, although she is a student, is it like that? No, it is never like that. Why? Because the degree of understanding of the different students were different. According to that, she has done one. Because she is a very unbiased teacher. She has made things in the right way. That is what we do. So this is the purpose. To offer a chance to the students to apply the knowledge gained by them in the new situation. What do we do? An examination day is always a new situation day. Okay. an examination that those 3 hours or 5 hours that we have general examination or 1.5 hour or 50 minutes or whatever, that is a new situation for the child at that particular moment. You know, no matter how much, even we also. I remember when I went for the seated examination after teaching in the school for so many years, still my heart was also throbbing like it because I'm a human being. And the same thing happened to you all also. My wife scored in the first chance. Okay. In the first round, the first time she gave and she passed. And I did not pass. I gave the second time and then I passed. And she always used to tell her son, okay, no, I am better than your daddy. He did it in the second, I did it in the first. Okay, by the way, that teacher you saw teaching through this that lady teacher, she's actually my wife. She's actually my wife. Okay, so that photograph we put over there. Okay, while she was taking, my son took that photograph and he said, Daddy, you put it over there when you are making this. I दिखा दो एक बार मैडम को. अच्छा बात नहीं. खूबसूरत होती तो दिखा दिया गया. देखिएगा. अच्छा दिखा. चलिए एक दिन उनका साथ डेटिंग भी कर लीजिए सर. I'll tell Pandey sir wants to date with you one day. Okay. डेट होता क्या है? 5 star खिला के आपको हम समझाते हैं डेट होता क्या है. Yes, she is. Okay. She is a English teacher, TGT English of DAV Public School, Asansol. Okay. And that's how life is all about. Back to work. So to teachers to find the quality of their understanding, how much they have understood, how much they know the things and all. Okay, sir, where we are identifying the to offer a chance to apply their knowledge gained by them in a new situation. Always the examination time is a new situation. That time, that particular minute, those minutes, those hours, they are new to them. Okay, and you know, examination hall is a completely different world altogether. Even some of the best sometimes falters over there. As they say, the best drivers makes the worst accidents sometimes. So this is to test various skills achieved by the students like drawing, observation, etc. In the beginning I told you, their handwritings, their illustrations, way of presenting the answers, these all are also the extra knowledge, extra capabilities, extra qualities the student achieve through your teaching. You are the one who is actually, teachers teach the students, okay, you can do a diagram. Like some of the teachers, he may not be an art teacher, but maybe an English teacher, but has some special qualities. So all teachers have, the way, the artistic way they will draw. Sometimes we draw on the board to make them understand. Students copy those things. And they give those things in form of answers also. That also gives us an idea how much they have achieved. And of course in science and all, we go for diagrams, science, social science and all. We go for diagrams and all. Some of the students you will find freehand, they will draw the map of India. So beautiful, it looks like exactly like the original one. So that is the quality of illustrations they get. Okay, to offer a chance to the students to apply knowledge gained by them in the new situation and all, to identify the subject matter which the students have difficulty in comprehending. Also one of the objectives to where they are finding the difficulty. This is primary concern for any teacher. We conduct tests, we make questions, we analyze the answers, and where is the difficulty level? If all the students are making the same mistake for one particular question, that means either the teaching was not good or there is a difficult level in understanding. Yes, sir. Concept is not clear, there is difficulty in understanding. So we have to make it a point that next time, or the very next session when we will start, we must first clear that concept and we'll do the next one. That is what good teaching is all about. And that will always lead to better learning. Now what are the different types of tests we have? There are two types of achievement tests. Okay, there are two types of achievement tests. Two types of achievement test. One is the standardized test, and the other one is teacher-made test. One is the standardized test, and the other is teacher-made test. What are they? Let us see. What is a standardized test? According to Lee J. Kornbach, Okay, his name is Contact. He was the man who standardized the tests and all. A standardized test is one which in which the procedure apparatus are fixed so that the same test can be given at different time and places. Okay, like a board examination. It's a standardized test. No, it is same for Assam, same for Dhanbad, same for throughout the country. We have a fixed set of questions, fixed set of question answers. The correction method is same and all. That is a standardized test. Standardized tests are useful in comparing achievement performance year to year made by experts. They are made by experts and the validity is more. Okay. Okay, you take a unit test. That you just see, for that I will come to it. Okay, when the board examination is conducted, the questions are made by what? Experts. And you will find some of your questions have also come in the board examination. The questions that you make, sometimes CBSE asks the schools to send questions. Directly or indirectly, you will find your question is also there. Okay, so you are an expert of the subject. Madam, which subject do you teach, ma'am? You are in the Montessori. Okay, fine. But still, you are teaching whether you make some certain questions for the children, madam makes certain questions for the children, you make certain questions. And you know, all your questions are taken into account. Don't think that whatever you make, those inspections, the schools come, sometimes they take papers from us, they ask the principal to send a set of questions at various levels. From various schools they are taken. And it is from there the question papers are made. Otherwise, don't think that the person sitting over there is a very high-fi man. They are all like you and me only. Okay, our questions are made over there. So, standardized tests are useful in comparing achievement performance year to year. Last year the board exam was this year the board exam is this, next year the board examination prediction is this. So that gives us, okay, that is a standardized. Example, the board examinations. Sir, next one. Teacher-made test. These tests are prepared by teachers themselves. We have normal tests now every day in the schools, okay. Concerned with a specific and limited field of knowledge, which is concerned, is it? Slide is okay. So these tests are prepared by teachers. Normal teacher-made test. That the test we make, the Monday test, the Saturday test we conduct in our schools, which are very, very, very important and relevant. That's why we conduct them. Otherwise, we would have only conducted a term and examination and finish off. Okay. Concerned with specific and limited field of knowledge. You teach something for 2 days. For 2 days, you teach something. Okay. Say, madam, what subject do you teach? Social studies. Which class you teach? Class 4. 2 to 4. Okay. You are teaching, say, about biotic and abiotics. Okay. EVS we have. Class 4 we have EVS. We don't have social studies. In CBSE we have EVS, but you are teaching social science also over here. Okay. Say, for example, you are teaching about good habits or bad habits or hygienic methods. Okay. Now you have taught for 2 days on hygienic methods, and then you want to conduct a test only on the hygienic method. So that limited area you are teaching. But what is your prime concern over there? To understand that within that context, whatever you have taught, whether the children have understood or not. No, this is the test that we conduct. Small tests, why we conduct in the schools? Weekend test, Monday test, different schools are different. In my school, we have what we call Saturday test. From Monday to Friday, everything will be taught. On Saturday, we conduct a test, and the teacher will tell the students in advance that, okay, this particular part we will conduct a test. The primary concern over there is to cite whether that much the student have understood. In small buckets, we go for this, and that will help us in understanding how much. So this is what we do. These are concerned with specific and limited field of knowledge. These are for local use on small scale for particular school. Locally, for just to understand how much they have. Just one.
पॉज कर दिया कैसे
Our test, the unit is the 100, they are of prime value. They are of prime value. We cannot ignore them. Or else what will happen, the system will not work. And that is why these are given. Okay, made on the basis of teacher's personal experience. Your personal experience. You have taught the student, and according to that you make the question. You have the freedom. Principal will never ask you why you made this question, why you gave this and that. You can make a 5-mark question also, you can make a 10-mark also. But these are very, very essential. Use for student knowledge in specific, not to provide the measures or comparable performance validity is less. Okay. And here not to, we don't see how much, we don't compare the student, okay, he has got the first mark or second mark. We may sometimes say that, okay, this child has got this mark, but actually in general, our main purpose is to see that whether they are able to understand those small matters within a short range of time or not. Okay, this is very important. Okay, and validity is not that much. It will not give that much validity because we are not going to give them any mark sheet or anything for that. But definitely certain percentage of marks we do add in with the terminal examinations to make sure that the score is good. Okay, these are like the weekly test, the Monday test, so on and so forth. Okay, very important. We should never ever neglect, and none of the schools neglect. In your school, you have Monday test, or how you conduct it in your schools now? Unit test. You test unit test. Cycle test. Okay, fine. Cycle test. And class test. The test which you have freedom. You may conduct after 2-3 days you teach, and and surprise test. Do you take the surprise test? Yes, that is also important. All of a sudden, the students will be taken aback. Suddenly you enter and say, I will take a surprise test today. In my St. Vincent's, when I was a student, a lot of surprise tests we used to give. Beautiful test they were. Okay, so we can do weekly test, Monday test, etc. so on and so forth. Teacher made test. Very, very important for development of learning. Okay, sir, next. Steps involved in achievement test. What are the steps are involved? How, when we go for an achievement test, whichever test we take, whether it is a terminal test, whether it is a terminal test, midterm, this and we must have certain measures for it. What are the likelihood of preparing a valid, reliable and useful test is greatly enhanced if a series of steps are followed as given. So if you want to make your test successful, the student should also say examination should not be a fear psychosis for students. Isn't it? Students have this examination right. Examination should also be enjoyable. So it is very easy said and done. Joe examination. The person who gives the examination or takes the examination only understand what is there, because a child's thinking and our thinking will be always different. But at least we should leave no stone unturned on earth to make them feel free and comfortable when they are going for the test. Okay, so first of all, you determine the purpose of why you are conducting the test. Maybe to give the result of the first term, for that also you are doing the test. Maybe to conduct a unit test to make sure that that marks will be added to that. Unit test is something. Or maybe to see that for one particular reason you want to conduct the test, to see that you have taught this particular part of the subtopic of the topic, and you want to know whether the student really understands this or not. For that purpose also you are conducting the test. So that depends upon you, and you have to first, just don't take a test like that. Have a purpose, and you all are doing it. Okay. To diagnose the persistent difficulties, certain students, to test previous knowledge of student, that is definitely we do. Sometimes what we do, especially when we, this is, I think you all of are doing also. When we go for a test on a particular, suppose a particular topic you have got, but before you take a test, you want to take a test of the previous knowledge related to that topic also. Sometimes we go for these tests also. These are also important. To diagnose the persistent difficulties. Several students you have found that when you teach, when they give the answers, when the interactive sessions are going on, continuously they are making certain mistakes on certain. So you decide that at that time it may not be possible for you to remember all the things. So what do? You conduct a test. Okay, let me take a test on a pen and paper and find out what different types of the continuous mistakes they are making. And it is very common, at least, I'm not talking about the bulk of the school, but what I have seen in general is, say for English, very common with these articles and all those things. The, a, and, is mistake. Either we are not able to make them understand what exactly it is, or, sometimes lifestyle also leads to this. Lifestyle, because the way they talk in their house and the way they discuss the things, sometimes that they translate and put it in their papers. Yes or no? And that is another issue. So that's why we conduct the test to find out how we can make a change. Okay. Developing the test specifications. This is the first part. Okay. Developing the test specifications. What you do? A list of instructional objectives. Whenever you conduct a test, even if you are conducting a weekly test or your own general test, give some instructions to the students. Because the students should not be guessing when they are sitting for the test. Please don't do that. We just cannot expect our students to guess, okay, madam, for this question she is giving 5 marks, for this question. We write the question, we give the instruction. Okay, answer these 3 questions, each question is of 3 marks. First, finish it off. Students should never get the burden of guessing what will be this or what will be that. Specific. Okay. Outline, an outline of the course content. Terminal, we have the syllabus, we have the portion all, but for small test, you tell, okay, page number this to this, we will conduct. We do all these things, you all are doing it. Okay, there's nothing new about it. A two-way chart or blueprint, okay, and for the terminal test and all these things, we must prepare a blueprint. You know what is a blueprint? All of you know. Those who are teaching in class 9, 10, 11, 12, they already know. Those who are teaching in the middle school also, before you conduct a test, you make a blueprint. From which particular area of the topic you will ask question and what will be the weightage given to it. So that will help you to make the question paper easy. Okay, say suppose if you are teaching biology, okay, from the world of living, okay, this is 20% of this. From the world of, if you are going for a physics, for a science test, okay, then from electricity this much, from chemicals this much. So like that for all subjects. If you make your own blueprint, it will become very easy for you to prepare the question, correct the question also, and what you want. You have a target set, your target will be achieved in that way. That's what they say. The experts are saying this. Okay, sir, next one. What is a blueprint? We make a blueprint, it's very important. Okay, what is a blueprint? It is a kind of an advanced planning in deciding. Okay, it's a kind of an advanced planning in deciding. What to decide? Weightage of different topics. Weightage of different topics. Okay. Distribution to question with aims and objectives. Distribution to questions. The question, what is the aim and objective? Why you are asking this question? What is your objective? Okay. Next one is, it gives complete functional picture of a test to be prepared, and it gives a complete, the test that you are preparing, it will give you a complete picture on how the test will be prepared, how the marks will be distributed, and what is your expectations from them after you have taught your students for a certain period of time. Because the entire session, the entire period, or whatever timing, you have measured it, that smart teachers work, you have measured and everything. Now you will make the blueprint, and from there you will get a clear-cut answer. Blueprint is very important. It is like the license that you are carrying in order to conduct the test. How many of you don't agree with this? Please raise your hand, because this is a very critical aspect of this. Is blueprint necessary?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared? You prepare blueprint, no? Yes. If you don't prepare, make it by your own self also. It's not necessary. School may not always ask for it. Okay. Yeah. But it is important for our opinion. Yes, it is important. Because distribution to questions with aims and objectives is very important. Why? I have taught this thing. Why I am making questions from this part of mathematics paper only? Because my aim and objective is to make sure that children understand what is geometry. Children understand what is trigonometry. In the junior section, the children understand what are colors, what are the different colors meant for. Children understand what is a family, who is mother, who is father, who is sister. These are the concepts that we want. Otherwise, children will go on saying certain things. Yes, ma'am, please.
So maybe it is out of the context.
No.
Like
Please.
new education policy is emphasizing on no examination in junior classes. If examination has so much importance in teaching learning process, then why is this kind of implementation?
Ma'am, I agree. Beautiful question. New education policy is saying that there should not be examination.
In junior classes, some
There should
schools
not
are
be.
already started.
Actually, madam, examinations we will conduct. Okay. May not be in pen and paper wise, may not be in that way. It will be more on games and all these basics that you have attended to. But while you are observing the students, maybe that examination will be through observation. Do you understand? The new examination, the new education policy or the national education policy 2020 is saying that for the junior section, let's forget about examinations, remove them. We may not go for that exam. This is in general that we go for schools, okay? Like for your school, as you are saying that you teach over there, your observation, the way the child will jump, some will jump this way, some will jump this way, some will jump this way. You have taught them about jumping. Now through those jumping steps, you will be able to understand which student is following the safety rules, which student is not following the safety rules. Are you getting me what I'm trying to say? This is what examination will be that way. Okay, not way is different, yes. But some sort of testing will be there. No? Otherwise, how we will understand whether they are achieving something or not? No? At the end of the day, achievement is important, isn't it? No. Otherwise, how the children will progress? One child will jump this way, this way, this way. You have taught them about jumping. Some will jump this way, this way, this way. So you are there, you will understand who is taking how much safety, which child is having much more knowledge about the safety, or because that action of the body will give that. Okay. I don't know, madam, junior school teaching is beautiful, and I salute all the teachers who teach in that area. It's very difficult to teach that part. Teaching class 10 students, 12 students is easy, right? It's very easy. But that school, that part, very, very difficult. I always salute those teachers, because if the junior school teachers have not taught the children properly, the senior school teachers will never be able to teach them. And if senior school teachers say, क्या मैडम आप लोग क्या पढ़ाए थे, ये बच्चे कुछ नहीं जानते, I'm not going to take that. ये fact है, वो पढ़ाए, they taught, that's why we are able to teach to them. It's very, very difficult, because they say, the psychology says, or studies have shown, that up to class 5 a student studies for the mother, for the father, for the teachers. And just imagine making them, those stubborn kids, to study, learn, understand and achieve. This is not a matter of joke. It needs tremendous passion, compassion, dedication, hard labor, patience, then only. Tremendous patience is needed. The child and you cannot get angry also. Always you have to love that child. That video once came about a child, that was viral. That's kissing the teacher, and the teacher said, and so how cute that boy was, no? And he said, "नहीं तुम बदमाश हो, नहीं मैडम नहीं करूँगा मैम, नहीं आप हंसो ना, that those situations doesn't occur like that. That emotional bond develops. That is developed over. And why the senior school teachers give respect to their teachers when they are in senior school? Because they have been taught to give respect, and that was taught by the junior school teachers. Give respect to each and every teacher. Okay, but unfortunately, sometimes I have also seen that when the children go to the higher classes, they forget their junior school teachers. That is very pathetic. That is very pathetic. That is very pathetic. So in my previous school also, I used to tell the students, no, you should respect them. They are the ones who learn. But it has to be told in that way. So tests will not be in that way. Tests will be different way. But in general, test is like this. Okay, this is the general purpose of undergraduate test. Right. What is a blueprint? So this is a blueprint. A blueprint is necessary in the syllabus of CBSE. Whenever we open, even I will tell the junior school teachers also. Okay, those who are teaching in 1, 2, 3, 4 nursery. You also sometimes visit the CBSE site. It is your site. There is a teacher corner also. There is a particular portal exclusively for teachers. Open that, www.cbse.nic.in. Go to the portal, open the portal, lot of activities you will see over here. Okay, how to conduct test, or do you visit those things? Visit it, it is there. Now all of you have it there. And see the senior school, how the senior school also functions. What is the blueprint, how they make it. It is important. Blueprint is like a planning, complete planning. What, sir? Sir, long experience. Am I correct or not? Mathematics, sir. Lovely ma'am? Am I correct or not? Or I am wrong? It is important to have it. Yes, ma'am, please. Madam?
Yes, sir.
Am I correct or not?
We always follow blueprint.
You always follow. That's it. Okay, sir, next one. Now, drafting test items. By the way, the question, in a very simple way, this is like the technical word they have used. In a very simple way, test items are nothing but the questions that we make. As simple as that. But technically, they are calling it as test items. Okay. एक टाइम में वो हिंदी पिक्चर्स में आता था ना item song. One particular song used to be item song. Many teachers asked me in many training programs, and especially in Bhopal also. Last Saturday I was in Bhopal St. Xavier. Sir, item तो पता है, item song के बारे में कुछ तो बोलिए. क्या sir, हमको तो idea नहीं है. Okay, CBSE question paper consists of 3 short answer. Three types of short answer questions. Okay. The question paper that we make for CBSE, actually, from class 6 onwards, they say that we should practice making question papers according to CBSE system. Okay, although it's not hard and fast rule, if you make it, the students will get a first-hand experience on what type of question paper, how to follow them, how to utilize the time. Okay, generally we have freedom till class 8, you can make according to our B's and B's. But 9, 10 of course you have to. But if we start it from class 6 onwards, it will be beneficial for both the students and the school. So, 3 types of short answer questions. Very short answer questions we have which consist of only 1 mark. 1 mark questions are generally to be answered within a word or max to max within a sentence. Very specific question, very specific answers. Like suppose if the question is what is the capital of India? What is the capital of India? New Delhi. That is one answer only. You can, if you write any other answer, it will be wrong. So that is the specific answer. So 1 mark answers are generally specific answers. How many bones are there in a human being if the question is asked? How many bones are there in a human being if a question is asked? Then the question answer can be different. But if it is asked how many bones are there in an adult human being, then it's a specific question, a specific answer will be there. If it is 206, if you write 211, 213, so these are the things. So sometimes we overlook these things, that's why we have to tell the students very clearly that listen, 1 mark question, if you are asked to write within 1 sentence or 1 word and that specific answer we need. You don't beat around the bush. Okay, short answer question, type 1, short answer question, type 1. These are of 2 marks question. Generally open-ended question, a little bit discussions and all these things are needed. And then we have short answer questions of 3 marks. Okay, 3 mark question also we have. We have 1 mark question, we have 2 mark question, we have 3 mark question, and we have 5 mark questions also. And these 1 mark questions are now coming in different ways. Nowadays we have MCQs and this objective types and all. The very short answer questions are those which have 1 specific response and can be marked quite objectively. More content can be tested through these questions and more reliability and validity can be ensured. You know, respected teachers, all of you know this. These 1 mark questions, why they are asked. This will compel the students to study more deeply into the matter. Yes or no? They go deep into the matter because there is only 1 answer for that. You cannot have a second answer. If it is a second answer, if it is a different answer, it's a wrong answer. 206 bone in a human being, adult human being means 206. If we make it 207, madam, will it be a correct answer? It will not be a correct answer. If you are asking a particular question in mathematics, 1 mark question, is this particular number a rational number? If it is a rational number, it has to be a rational number. It cannot become an irrational number or something like that. In English literature, if you are asking a question from the literature part itself, say from that short story, what is that? Lancho story, right? Lancho, there's a story of that a letter to God. Now, in a letter to God, who sent the money back to Lancho? The postmaster. It was the postmaster. Those who have read the story, the English teacher who is teaching English in class 9, 10. Anybody over here? Madam, you are teaching English. It was the postmaster who sent it. Not the postman or the clerk or anybody. Now, if the question is who asked the money, who sent the money back to Lancho, was the postmaster. Okay? So that is a specific answer. There cannot be an answer like the clerk has sent or this has sent or that has sent. No guessing word. These answers, these types of questions are purposely made by us to compel the students to study deep into the matter. They have to study the book thoroughly. They have to understand the concept thoroughly. Otherwise, the value of learning will appreciate. That is why this question. And in this question, there is no beating around the bush. Kuch bhi liख देगा, number आ जाएगा, वो नहीं चलेगा. No, sometimes the people, the students also have a thing. Oh, MCQ. I'll give here and there. अरे कुछ ना कुछ तो लग जाएगा. नहीं होता है. No, it's not like that. You have to study. Fakibaji, na? Bengali English is Fakibaji. No Fakibaji. Pado babu, number leke. Okay. Those which have 1 specific response. These questions helps in testing examiners' knowledge, examinees' knowledge by asking to supply a word, phrase, figure, or a sentence as an answer. So these give us complete information about the quality of learning as well as the quantity of learning. Quantity means whether they have studied the entire chapter. Some students study superficially, especially in case of science. What this a certain group of students, what they will do, I know. Sir is a science. You are also science teacher. Okay. So you all know. Some students will go for the reference answer.
they will try to mug them, and some will go deep into the matter. Very short answer questions can be used effectively on school exam, in any type of examination. Your Monday test, your weekly test, your this test, your that test, you can use it, and you can unique way of testing the knowledge of the student. Go for small. Nowadays we are all going for this MCQs too much. Go for it. You also have to work a little hard in order to make the questions, because the teacher also has to sacrifice certain things. Right, sir. Sir, the next one. Drafting test items. How we part. This is the part one. Okay. Why we conduct test? What are the things and all. The next one. How to make the question. Drafting test items. Okay. Sir, the next one. What are test items? The tasks or questions which are used to construct test or examinations are referred to as test items. Just now I told you. Actually, more technically, it is said. Generally, we said make a question paper. Test items are nothing but the question that we prepare. Okay. The range of techniques used in preparing these items is collectively called drafting test items or item writing. The way we write them, the pattern that we follow, or the task that we call them as drafting test items or item writing, whatever we call it. Okay. So the next one. The basic test item is what? A stimulus response test. You know, the biology teachers know this. All of you know that. We have a response to stimuli, response and stimulus. You stimulate, you get a response. Suppose you touch a hot plate. You are going, suddenly you touch a hot plate and immediately you remove your hand.
A reflex action.
Reflex action. A test is a reflex action. You give us the question is a stimulus. In return, we get the response as the answer. But it's as simple as that. Okay, we present a stimulus in form of a question or an assignment. The examiner provides a response upon which we determine what the interpretation, the final decision for action, and the ultimate score. They give us a response. We go for a stimulus. The response is in form of answer. By seeing that answer, by reading that answer, by comprehending the answer, not only reading, we have to read the answer, we have to comprehend the answer. As we expect students to comprehend what we are teaching, we also have to be expert in comprehending their answer, understanding their answer. You just in one go, we cannot say that, no, this answer is not this. The student can write in a different way. They can, instead of starting it in this way, they can also start it in this way. They have every freedom to go for that. So we have to also comprehend it. So first of all, you have to interpret it. We have to read it once or twice, we have to make a decision, and finally we have to give a score. Out of 5, okay, the child has scored 5 marks after my interpretation, after my comprehending the answer, after my understanding the answer, we will, and that right is there with you, but definitely we have certain guidelines for giving the marks. Okay, yes ma'am, please. Definitely ma'am, why not? Yes, 2, 3. Freedom is this. Yes. You have every freedom to take this according to the way you want, provided understand. Okay. So that's why, and we get toppers also. So next one, next slide. CBSE question paper consists of 5 types of questions. Again, very short answer, 1 mark. Okay, short answer, type 1, 2 marks. Short answer questions, type 2, 3 marks. And long answer questions, 5 marks. We also have MCQs. And we have a snapshot over here. All of you can you recognize this man? Yes. It's Rajkumar. He is giving a dialogue. जानी जिसके खुद के पास नंबर नहीं होता, वो दूसरों को नंबर नहीं दिया करते. His dialogue is there's a joke that goes this way. You know, there's a story. There's a joke that goes this way. That it so happened once that there was a lockout.
Actually, battery cell is not working.
Okay. एक बार क्या हो? Once what it so happened that there was a strike in Bollywood. Okay. And there was no film for the actors to act. Directors called for a strike. So what to do? वो सारे धनबाद आ गए. They all came to Dhanbad and they came to Dhanbad Public School and they met Purnima Madam and said, Madam, क्या करें? कुछ तो हम लोगों को कराइए. Do help us something. We are starving. So Madam said, okay, all the teachers are also working for a long period of time. They are all exhausted. I will send them for holidays for 1 month. So you all are sent for holidays to various hill stations for 1 month. And during this 1 month, the Bollywood stars start teaching in the school. And they teach, they conduct examinations, and they give marks. And as usual, it happens, you know,
After the examinations, the students start running to the teachers. Madam, you have not given me 1 mark over here. Sir, you have not given me 1 mark. Sir, you have cut mark over. Sir, you have given Rita 1 mark, but not me 1 mark. Why this is this? Why this is that? So this thing always happens. So like that, the same thing happened also. And Rajkumar happened to be the history teacher. So the students came and said, Sir, आपने number नहीं दिया, number नहीं दिया. So Rajkumar then said, जानी जिसके खुद के पास नंबर नहीं होते वो दूसरों में नंबर नहीं दिया करते. Okay, they came to Amitabh Bachchan, the science teacher, and said, Sir, I deserve mark over there. Amitabh Bachchan stands like this and said, हम तुम्हें नंबर देंगे, जरूर देंगे, लेकिन पहले उस आदमी के पास उस आदमी का साइन लेकर आओ जिसने इस स्पेशल पेपर को बनाया था, जिसने उस एग्जाम को दिया था. Okay, things happen in this way. Okay, so life is like that. Okay, sir, the next one. Drafting test items. How to draft? Madam was asking, no, ma'am, whether we can make it in this way, that way. This is over there. Okay. Now, short answer question 1 and 2 are open. What are they? They are open-ended questions. Let us try to understand. They are open-ended questions. Okay, 1 and 2. And request students should create an answer they are commonly used to assess basic knowledge. We get the answer to get their basic knowledge. Okay, whether they have that knowledge or not. Okay, the commonly used to assess basic knowledge and understanding and applications. Okay, like 2 mark question, 3 mark. We ask them, define this. Give an example. Define this. Give an example. Okay, or say from social studies you ask a question. Say for example, in this particular year, World War II happened. What led to this World War? Give an example. So that means that understanding of their concept, whether they have understood why Second World War took place, why this was there. Or in geography, if you are asking a question, write 2 lines about the evergreen forest. Why you think they are evergreen? Okay, why they are evergreen? Because the rain is so much, in the subtropical regions. Okay, there is that afternoon torrential rain comes, and that is why, because of everyday rain, the forests are very thick and they are evergreen, like the Sundarbans in India. Okay, and every day in that area you will find, they say that from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. there is always heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall. In countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, that's why during the, again after that the sun will again rise and everything will become bright and beautiful. But that 3 to 5 or 3 to 4 p.m. and that is where the Indonesia, Malaysia, even certain area of Sundarban, because they fall within that vicinity, and because of that tremendous rainfall and tremendous sunlight, the trees are always evergreen. Geography, madam? Who is geography?
All the extremities over there only, so that's why we are not.
Yes. It happens in this way, na? So that is why. So that students will be able to give you the answer. Okay. Application short answer questions may require complete short descriptive or qualitative answers. Okay. Short, descriptive, or you may need qualitative. Just this much quality is given or this much quantity is given. Okay. Diagrams with explanations, etc. Sometimes in short answer questions we ask for diagrams also. Just a simple diagram. Diagrams. See, short answer with this 1 mark question, 2 mark question, and 3 mark question are actually again the hallmark questions of the answer paper. Here you will get a complete picture of the students' understanding, their quality and quantity of learning. They will make diagrams, they will give answers, they will give examples. The long answer questions are different stories, okay. But the short answer, that's why CBSE gives 7 or 8 short answer questions, 10 long answer, 10 very short, then 10 very medium short answer, then the 3 marks question. Why? Because this is the area from where the exact knowledge, how much they have studied, you can understand. Examination is not just to get the marks, but how much they have understood. Okay. These short answer questions are appropriate in measuring a student's understanding of principles or the ability to solve a problem. Okay. How they have done. Or apply principles. Short answer questions go beyond recall and recognition. Beyond recall means you have to study more than that. Then only it will be. Short answer questions are not very easy to answer because they are very specific and they will give you comprehensive answers. Beautiful part of the question. Sir, the next one. Guidelines for developing very short answer questions. What are the things that you need to do? Respected teachers, if you answers from the students, you have to make specific questions. You just cannot play with the questions according to your wish. You have the liberty to make the question about what you want, but you cannot play with the students according to your tantrums. They say, no, whatever came in your mind, you will just put it down. No, no, no. You have to be very specific with everything. The item should be worded specifically and clearly. The question you are asking, you know, within the question, the words that you will place, the language that you will use, even the grammar that you will use, have to be very, very clear and correct. Because you can't expect your students to guess the question when they will go for the examination. They must get a straight question, a question which has enough volume within it to answer it. Otherwise, you will get that kind of answer also. So please, for God's sake, whenever you are making a question, be very specific. Spellings, grammar, words, everything. Otherwise, students will get confused. Like if I ask a question, how many bones are there in a human being? If a student answer 232 or whatever it is, okay, that will also be a correct answer. Or if the student answer 206, okay, you cannot say no, this is the correct answer. But if you ask how many bones are there in an adult human being, then 200, the student has read there are 206 bones in an adult human being, and then you will give good. So you have to be very clear. Okay, name that particular place. Name that place where highest rainfall takes place. Suppose in the geography, Cherrapunji. Now they are yes. Now it is no more Cherrapunji. I was recently in Cherrapunji also. I saw that place. It is no more Cherrapunji. But in general, I am asking. If you just write name the place, suppose if the student writes Meghalaya also, you have to give the answer, correct answer. But if you are asking the town, name that particular town where highest rainfall in India is recorded, then Cherrapunji or whatever is the next place, that is the correct answer and you will get it. Okay. So that is why you have to be very, very careful when you are asking the questions. Okay. The learning point should be 1 or 2. Yes. Suppose if you are asking a 2-mark question, if it's a 2-mark question, try to get 2 learning points. Unlike, not like the West Bengal board of my time. How many of you have studied in West Bengal board during the mid-90s? You studied. And madam, you also have studied. You know, during those days, in the secondary and the higher secondary examinations, okay, especially in the higher secondary examination and in the graduation, 1 2-mark question used to have 5 subjects. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. The policy was that to make students study 2 marks. But that is also not the right way. That's why the system failed. They were compelled to change it. 2-mark question, I asked 2 points. Maximum you can go for a 3rd point if you want. So, the studying material, the learning point should be 1 or 2. Time taken to write should be 2 to 5 minutes. These things we have to tell the students before we conduct the examinations. Okay. That's see, if you are getting a 1-mark question, don't spend more than 1 minute on it. Because that's a specific answer, you cannot go on thinking about it. If it is a 2-mark question, write 2 points and make sure that you don't spend 2 to 3 minutes. Otherwise, you will not be able to calculate the time, you will not be able to finish up the paper. Why many students fail to complete the paper within the given time? Because they fail to utilize the time properly, and here our mistake comes. We fail to teach them how to give the answers. This is also 1 class or 2 classes should always be taken by the teachers to tell them how to answer the question before the examination should happen. Okay, we sometimes don't do it, but it should happen, and that principal cannot tell that you have to do it at the end. Okay, if this should be done, then they will never make this mistake. Okay, avoid copying statements, verbatims as basis for items. Try to make the questions as much as possible in your own language and in your own words. Where some words maybe have to be taken from the text, you can take it. But in most of the cases, try to make them as much possible through your own words. That will be much more understandable by the students. In completion items, place the blank near or at the end of a statement. See, for junior schools, madam was asking just now, some tests are always conducted, will be conducted. For say up to class 8, 7, we have the freedom to make questions according to our choice. Okay, it's not necessary that we have to follow the CBSE pattern. If you are following, it's good. If you are not following, it's no problem. But generally, we all follow it. some of the questions that we make in multiple choice questions or in what you call, say, this, objective questions, we make true and false, we make match the following. These are the small things that we have to do. We make fill in the blanks. CBSE is recommending, according to CBSE's way or NCERT's way, saying that if you want to make, say, fill in the blanks questions, okay, fill in the blanks. Put the blank either at the beginning of the question, try to put it, or at the end of the question. Try to avoid it in the middle. If at all it is required, put it in the middle or try to avoid it, because that will give a comprehensive answer also. The second important thing they are saying is that why it is like this. It is like this so that the students will be able to answer the questions more easily, they are saying. Okay. No, they will read. They will read a sentence. Okay. That time also they will answer. But try to make it. Suppose you are giving a, say, Howrah Bridge. I am talking about a social science question. Okay. Howrah Bridge, dash bridge, is the only hanging bridge in Asia. If you are making a question. So, how, because the child's mind, the Howrah is there, no? He will try to, he has been taught in that way. So, Howrah he will quickly put over there. Suppose if you are writing, I am not saying there is anything wrong in it, you can make it, but try to give it more, okay? Because, see, the advantage should go to the student side after the study has been. You have taught them that Howrah Bridge is the only cantilever bridge in India or Asia or whatever it is, okay? Suppose if you write, the only cantilever bridge is dash bridge in Asia. The child will write over there Howrah also. But if he writes at the beginning, then the probability of getting the correct answer from the child is several folds more than the probability of getting the correct answer when it is in the middle. That's what they are saying, or at the end. Okay, so this is the analysis that has come from. There is nothing wrong, you can do it. But system can also go like this. Everything, whatever the way the teacher is the master of the class. Okay, teacher knows what is good and good. But these are some guidelines, not necessarily you have to follow them. If you follow it, it will be good. If you have your own, in the beginning I told you, teaching is an art by our own selves. No matter how many degrees and diplomas we have in teaching, actually certain things will come from our heart. That is the passion, the compassion comes out. Okay. In complex items, place the blank near or at the end. Use one or two blanks in fill in the blanks or this. Try to use one or two. Don't use too many, otherwise it will jump up. And standardize the length of blanks. This is very important. What we do generally, suppose we are writing a question and the blank is there, the blank has to be filled up. And the answer, maybe if it is an answer of 2 words, make the blank such that it fits 2 words. If the answer is of 20 letters, okay, make it such that it looks like a 20-letter blank. Otherwise, you will ask for a 20-letter blank, a 20-letter answer, a word, and the blank you are giving just so small, the student will get confused whether it will be a big long answer or a short one. These are small, minor things that determines the quality of the paper, the teacher, and how the student will get the answer. Okay, very psychological things. Okay. Sir, please. Long answer type question. This is the freedom word. Just one. This is the word of long answer questions are where the student have the complete freedom to give their own answers. Okay, they have the freedom to write the way they want. They have the freedom to. You want a 5-minute break or what? The teachers are moving. That's why I'm saying. Little bit of relaxation, or we'll continue.
Continue,
We'll continue. We'll continue. Otherwise, the rhythm will break. Yes, 1 minute. Now, CBSE is saying that the long answers is where the world, students' own world is. You have made a question, let them think. Let them give that creativity. All in the beginning we saw the creativity and this and that and understanding and intellectual quality and social quality. They will all be depicted through these types of answers. Okay. The long answer questions require a written response which is a sustained form of writing. A sustained, completely 50 words, 60 words. 50 words, 60 words, 70 words. We ask them to write. Okay, 5 marks answer within 100 words. We are asking them to write a letter in English within 150 words. They will have a freedom to write that. They will get complete freedom to write that. And what is that? Have a freedom with respect to wording, length and organization of the words.
They will organize accordingly. But we will give certain specific ways of writing it, but they will go from there. A distinction should be made between long answer question used to measure knowledge and long answer question to test writing skills in languages, which is called writing task. They had actually made a spelling mistake over there. It should be TASK, not USK. Task means the teeth of the elephant. See, when you are writing science answers, 5-mark science answers. Suppose if I am asking a question, describe how human blood circulation is called, or why human blood circulation is called double circulation. Human blood circulation is double circulation. There, if a student writes in a very simple way that human blood circulation is called double circulation because the blood circulates in the body twice. Specifically, then twice. First, blood rich in carbon dioxide from various parts of the body goes to the right part of the heart known as the right atrium. This is one circle and this is known as systemic circle. The blood rich in carbon dioxide from the heart travels to the lungs. There the carbon dioxide is liberated, oxygen is taken and the oxygen rich blood comes from the lungs to the left side of the heart, the left atrium. This is another complete cycle which is known as the pulmonary cycle. So from heart to lungs, from lungs back to heart, the blood comes, that is known as pulmonary. This area is called pleura. So pulmonary circle. And from heart to various parts of the body and back to the heart, that is called systemic circle. Twice the blood is circulating, so this is known as double circulation. Abli ma'am, am I correct? Am I correct? For a long time I am not teaching anymore in the classes, so sometimes I also get confused. So, pardon ma'am? Acha, you are not. Mostly ma'am, am I correct in the good answer?
100%, sir.
100%. Oh, thank you so much.
Twice blood comes to the heart.
Twice blood comes to that and describe it. Now over here, okay, ornamentation of the answer is not the simple language they will write because this is about knowledge. But suppose if you are asking for an English answer, if you are asking for a letter, if you are asking to describe a poem, then in a long answer, then you know you need the language writing skill. The vocabulary is needed. Where it will be there. If you can depict, if you can answer about a poem in beautiful words, the way the poet has described, at par with those types of words, if a student can answer, that will glorify the answer and that will let the student score more marks. So long answer questions, for knowledge-based answers, you don't need to be very much ornamental. Not too much of garnishing with enough vocabulary and simple words will do. But when it is coming to language, madam feeling sleepy? When it comes to language, when ornament, when garnishing is needed, then I'm not saying very high-fi, bomb-blasting words you have to use, but beautiful words, words with a rhythm, words with sound, words that will make the poem writing answer like a poetry itself. And essay, if they are writing, it should be like an essay itself. If they are describing about the character of a person, it should be exactly like the character of the person. That is what is the beauty of writing. So for languages like Hindi, English, okay, quality of the writing is important. But for long answer, for knowledgeable like science, social science, the knowledge is important. Yes, ma'am, want to say something? This is what is it. Okay, so this is the, and CBSE follows this. You know why so many schools are going for CBSE? These are the reasons. If we really dive deep into the CBSE's curriculum, the system, the working, I'll say it is fantastic. The amount of, the quality of research that CBSE is doing for education, for giving knowledge, for making syllabus, for everything is beyond comparison. With due respect to other boards, I'm not saying that others are not a CISC or the state boards are not going there, but CBSE and everybody is following CBSE. ICSE, they have a different pattern because their system is a bit different. They are more of a language, literature based, but CBSE is more realistic. Madam, am I correct? We are going in this. Is coming up, yes, and should be there. That should be there, yes. So the long answer question should begin with such terms as support your answer with this. So you can start it. These are examples. You have your own. Justify the statement that Aurangzeb was responsible
for the downfall of the Mughal Empire. A long answer question in social science, if that chapter is there. Okay, so the student can write detailed story why Aurangzeb was responsible for the downfall of the Mughal Empire. Okay, like that. Okay, contrast, describe. Describe is very common one. No? Describe how assets and bases react with each other and how we get the results. Very simple way students can write. So this is how things goes on. So next one. Guidelines for long answer questions. When you will go for a long answer, these are the guidelines. If you want, I will actually give this to madam. Okay, this PPT I will give it to ma'am. You can keep it in your school. You can time and time. You can use them also. Okay, guidelines for developing long answer questions. The question should consist of application of essential knowledge to new situations. Long answer questions, when you are giving application of the knowledge that they have in different new situations, how they can also apply it. Okay, suppose if sir has taught about heavy metals. Okay, sir has taught in chemistry about heavy metals. Now he has where the heavy metals can be applied in order to get nuclear energy. That's what we go for that. What is the purpose of nuclear energy? How nuclear energy is different? This they will teach it. Okay, or say for English literature or language. This depends upon how you want to do it. So that is the one. Question should have the essential knowledge that you have put into the child's mind. That should come. Okay. Next is what the question should present a clear and focused task to the student. Very clear cut. No beating around the bush. Okay. Sometimes we make very dull questions also. Please avoid that. Okay. Specify for students the desired length, time limit, and evaluative criteria. Yes, at the beginning, no, we make it 3.5 hours paper, 4 hours paper. Question number this to this is of this many marks. You have to write within these words. Marks for this. This is very important. We sometimes avoid this. Please don't. Don't do it. Okay. The question should be written in the linguistic level of the students. Yes. The language in which they understand. Madam may be having a master's degree in English. The way her professors taught her when she was in the university, she cannot expect to use that language to a class 10 student. Can you, ma'am? No, you cannot. Otherwise, all of us will become Sasi Tharoor. You know how Sasi Tharoor talks English? No, very funny English. Talk in simple, straightforward language in which each and every human being will understand. In that case, I will always say, I think all of you know about Khushwant Singh. Khushwant Singh, who was an ambassador to India, he was a writer, he was an editor. And you know, the man, what many people used to tell him, Ashok Pralok Chile, in Bengali we call it, okay. Ashok Pralok Chile, but he was a very good intellectual. And his English was so simple and so down to earth English, no. You will love reading his English time and again. When he was alive, no, he used to write in the Telegraph and the Times of India. Every Telegraph on the Saturdays, a small column used to come with a little bit of malice and all. And he used to write on small matters, small, very simple things. He used to write on water bottles, on chocolates, on mangoes, but so beautifully and so simple that you will love reading it again and again. And that is from where we learn a lot of English. The starting, the ending, not like Sasi Tharoor. The cataplasca of the plastic, oh my goodness, everything goes out. So the language which they understand, make them write in that language. I still remember one small paragraph Khushwant Singh wrote. It was in this way. The mango season is out now. So he wrote it in this way. The first mango of the season I ate on the last day of May. First and last, that contrast. That is beautiful writing. Like the tale of two cities, these were the worst of times and the best of the times. The quality writing is there, From the first line onwards, you can understand what the author wants to say. That is good writing, that is quality writing. So the way we will also teach the children in a very simple language, the language they understand, not the language we use. Very important, very, very important. The question may be said to test such abilities which can't be tested by any other type of questions. Yes. If you are going for a long answer, make sure that long answer is not tested for any other answers. You cannot just join a few short answers and make a long answer. That is fakibaji, cheating. It's not a teacher's job. If you have made short answers for short, and long answers should be different. Sometimes we do it also. I am confessing. In my initial days also, I'm not so good man, as people think. Yeah, I was also a fakibaji in the initial days. But yes, with passage of time, with maturity, I understood also the value. So, not joining small questions and making it. It should be specific to the point and clear. Okay, the question should not be a combination of 4 or 5 short answers. Never. One question you are asking, it should be there and it should not be anywhere else. This has to be kept in mind. This is how we can. These are some points. It's not that these are. This is the way you have to make it. These are the basics. You can apply your own text. Keeping in mind these values. These are more or less like values in order to make a question. So next, objective type questions. What are these? Nowadays, 40% of the paper objective type, 50% of the paper objective type. Objective type question test items are items which can be scored objectively and on which a student selects response from a list of options. These may be divided into alternative responses, type matching, type of multiple choice question, and so on and so forth. Okay, objective is a particular area. It can be fill in the blanks, it can be true and false, it can be choose the correct answer, choose the correct alternatives, odd one out, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these are objective tests which are very, very specific. Okay, and we have also multiple choice questions. The MCQ in CBSE is back with a bang. Lot of emphasis is given because the competitive examinations are also now based on MCQ. That is why CBSE has taken this stance that it was there for some time, then they stopped it due to some reason or other. Again, they are back with a bang, and you have to be very, very. We have to give a lot of thought to this. We have to make the students practice this. And even in the junior school also, okay, like in class 2, 3, ma'am, we are also doing that. Yes,
We are giving.
So what are this? This is, they have made it in a very light way. I am just reading it, okay. Some of you may not be able to see. MCQs are the most powerful of all the objective type. It's the most powerful of all the objective type questions, types, which possesses in the question there is a stem, by the way. The objective type question, especially the MCQ, the question that we ask, that is known as a stem. The question that we ask, it is called a stem, where the problem is in. What is the question? It is a problem that we are giving to the student to solve. So that is, technically it is called as a stem. Okay, it is called as a stem which possesses the problem. The stem may be in form of a question or an incomplete statement. Sometimes it can be a fill in the blank statement. Sometimes it can be just a question. The stem is a question. Remember the term, it is called the stem. There are 3 to 5 choices given for an answer. The student has to select the correct answer. Okay, correct answer which is given. Or nearest to the correct answer. We say nearest to the correct answer. The MCQ is the most specific question. The question is called a stem. The stem has to be responded. The stem can contain a problem, a question, or it can contain an incomplete statement which needs to be completed. The answers are given in form of options. There can be 3 to 5 options. Max nowadays, the common practice is 4 options. Okay, we give 4 options. Out of them, we ask them to select the best option. Okay, so the next one. Guidelines for preparing MCQs. Be sure that the stem formulates a problem. The stem should be worded so that the examinee clearly understands the question. Okay. The stem, the question that you are making, the stem. Remember, stem is the question. Okay, that is called, technically it is called the question. It should be worded correctly. You are writing the question, you cannot expect the student to guess the question. You have to be very, very specific. Question making is an art, again I tell you. And with time, with experience, teachers develop this art.
Sir, question should be close-ended question.
Close-ordered question, open. Definitely, ma'am. Yes. Been asked before he or she reads the answer. Okay. Worded so that the examiner clearly understands the questions. Been asked before he or she reads the answers of the choice. You know, when students go to look into the answers before reading the questions, when they fail to understand the question. Yes, they fail to understand. So the question should be made in such a way that they should understand the question. And they can only understand the question provided if you can give the question in a proper way. Otherwise, it will go like that. The stem should be written in direct question form or incomplete statement. Again, the same thing which I have repeated. The stem of item should present only one problem. Two concepts must not be combined together to form a single stem. If you are one question that has only one answer, out of the 4 options, don't put two problems together. That is not the right way. One specific. Okay. The stem of the item should present only one problem. Include as the item in the stem and keep options as short as possible. Okay, whenever you will go for the answers, the answer should be very short. Okay, don't go for long answers. It is a wastage of time for you, wastage of time for the student. Because you are giving only 1 minute to the student to give the answer. You cannot expect him to read the answer for 3 minutes. Okay, that is not the proper way. So one answer, and try to make the answers within that question only. Don't try to spread the answer or stress the answer to some other topic or something, or irrelevant things. They should be within the question only. Unnecessary words and phrases should not be included in the stem. Okay, yes. Useless words, useless sentences, they should not be used at all. Otherwise it's of no use. Okay. Use novel material in formulating the problems to measure good material, not useless. Suppose if you are asking a question like, say, what do you understand by bond energy in chemistry? Suppose that. So, the correct answer can be the energy possessed by the two atoms by joining them with a bond. Something like that, sir. Okay. Now, if you just give an answer like the energy that is possessed by James Bond is called bond energy, that is stupidity. That should not be. That is not the question. And where is James Bond and where is chemical bond? Okay, so it should not be like that. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Some teachers want to become extra smart and they want to make this. No, I want to test the knowledge of the student. That is no knowledge of the student. Test the knowledge of the student within the same context in different ways and means. So this is important. Do not focus too closely or on rote memory of the text that neglects measurement of the ability to use information. Yes. Rote memory should not be there. Specific answers. Let them think. Give them the opportunity to think, not about rote memory. The correct answer should appear at each position and not at a particular position. Yes, this is something very important. Again, you are making the question paper. The answers are there. Sometimes what we do now to make our corrections easy, what we do, we give the correct answer in the same sequence. A for all the correct answers. Okay. And students are very clever. If they get 2 consequences of like that, they understand. I don't have to, the rest will be like this. All the corrects are in A. So that is why spread it in it. Question number 1, the correct answer is A. Question number 2, the correct answer can be D. Question number 3 can be C. And this way you settle. And many of us also do it. Even I also did in the initial days. I not say that I was not a fakibaj also initially. I was a fakibaj. I must confess that to make corrections more easy. But later with maturity, understand it should not be that. And now, so that should be done. Otherwise, it's fakibaj. Okay. Avoid using none of the above, all of the above, both A and B as option. These we still get in MCQs, but try to avoid them. NEET and JEE, they are still giving them. More than 2 answers are correct also. But these experts are saying try to avoid them. Otherwise, the value of education will go down. Okay. Let them think. Make the answers as close as possible to each other. So they will think so much. But giving A and B is correct, all of the above, none of them, we are actually robbing away one answer from them. We are robbing their thinking. That should not be. Because they want to think it. Let them think. Yes, we do get it, but it should be avoided as much as 4 answers, 4 different answers. Sometimes, okay, we say all 3 are correct and all, but try to avoid them. They are saying try to avoid. So, the next one. So, this is how we can go for testing and drafting test items. These are very simple, and this is your words I have taken, not my words. Okay, this is a Dhanbad Public School presentation, not my presentation, Adam's presentation, everybody's presentation. Actually, we all think in the same thing, isn't it? No? Do we think it in this way or not? Yes, we think it in this way, and this is how we should go. Very simple things, but you all are doing it, you all know it. Just today it was just a little refinement. Was that so? Thank you. Was that helpful or yes? It is important. We need to know. We also practice in that way. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of this one, and again we'll have a short quiz. Please, though, thoda bahut prizes and so many pens and so many chocolates are there.
I cannot take them back to my wife and tell, okay, I am giving you. These are for everybody. So 5 minutes, you need a 2-minute break to think. Straight away we'll start. Madam, everything is in the teacher's world.
So first name is Sumita. Sumita Mukherjee.
Sumita Mukherjee, madam. Acha, madam, second name.
Uma Agarwal.
Madam. Science and social science. Oh, great. Science and social science are always at loggerheads.
The science are there, sir.
Huh?
Science are there.
Science are there, but the social science people think science people don't know anything. And science people think social science people don't know anything.
Social science also yes.
Achha, you teach social science. Okay, okay, ma'am, very good. Ma'am, you ask the questions, she will give the answer.
How will you decide the length of the blank and fill in the blanks?
It will depend on the answer. If the answer is long, I'll give long blank. If the answer is short, I'll give short.
Yeah, there are pens to be worn. The teacher can give you the pen. You give the pen.
अरे वो तो अपने बैग से निकाल रहा ना
Next one, we'll go for the next one and we'll take the next one.
प्रीतम निकाल दीजिए पेन उसमें से पैकेट में से
Arun sir.
Arun sir. Please come.
Bubbly miss.
Arun sir, by seeing you, I remember my sports and games teacher in my school.
IT and she's science.
Acha, acha. You have very familiar similarities with him. Artificial intelligence. Yeah. Sir will answer question.
So, whenever we are designing MCQ, how many answers should be correct in that MCQ? Minimum and maximum. And maximum?
Don't give the answer. Don't get the chocolates.
One answer. Good question, sir. Asked. How many questions should be correct? Definitely one correct answer. Okay. Third one. Now we go for the third question.
That is what Sudhir sir is saying. That is what Sudhir sir is
Closest one
saying.
आपको देना पड़ेगा.
Closest one देना पड़ेगा. They want to confuse the students.
Closest one.
Closest one will be the answer. They want to confuse the students. और वहीं आपका इंटेलिजेंस देखते हैं वो कि who is going to the closest. शिल्पी. स्वाति सिन्हा.
How many types of tests are there? Achievement test. Achievement test. How many types are there?
Yes, yes. Very good question, madam. Very good question.
Speak loud.
Teacher's voice. Teacher's voice.
Okay, sir. Achievement test, I think 3 types of it. Sorry. Standard. 2 types.
Two types.
Standard and teacher guided.
Yes. Okay, but still, prizes will be given. Madam, this is for you. And this is for you. Good question. Okay, good try, madam. There are 2 types of. You have seen there are 2 types of it. The standardized and the teacher guided.
Priya Chandra. Priya.
We have 4 pens, so 2 set of questions will be.
Pamita Mandal.
Indian literature, क्या बात है? दोनों साइड. Very good.
English and Hindi.
Okay, madam, you ask the questions, she will give the answer. Priya madam will ask the questions.
Sir, जो सर जो भी स्लाइड दिखाए थे उसमें 2 एक्टर दिखाए थे, वो 2 एक्टर का नाम. ओके. ओके.
Oh, great. Observation is very good. First we had Rajkumar, and the second we had Ajit in the first and the second Raj. Very good observation. Quality of a teacher. Teachers should, they should always observe. Yes. This is for you.
Yeah, for the whole she has observed.
Very good. And the last was annually polytechnic. Was like
Pooja Saurav.
All the best.
Pooja madam is also very active. Yes. All are active.
Moshmi.
Moshmi madam. Pooja madam will ask the question.
One word for MCQ question.
Multiple choice question.
One specific word with sir. Word.
What is that? Yes, very good. Excellent question. The technical word for that is what we call it.
Very good.
And madam, you biology teacher, it has relationship with biology. I'm giving you a hint also.
Close, specific, close-ended questions.
Technical term we use for that. The question is called something. थोड़ा सा biology related है. Yes.
Oh yes, yes.
Think.
Give the answer, please.
A little bit of botany is associated with it. Both are associated.
More related to plants.
Yes, so sir has been a more. Now you have to answer it. What do we call that?
Sir, it's not coming in my brain right now.
It is
It's
not
not
coming.
taking my brain right now.
It is not taking. I'll show you.
Not taking it.
This he has given a very good.
This is okay.
Okay, anybody else can give the answer?
Step.
Sir, jumped out.
Okay. In sir. Yes.
Okay. Pramod sir, these 2 chocolates are for you. You are trying to take. Madam. Madam, go wait. You can play. Okay. So I showed you just to get some. Okay. So okay. And before we end, we call it a day. The person under whose guidance we all
Mishtun
are
sir.
learning.
Mishtun sir.
All are learning. Okay. That person is very special person to all of us. Good teacher, good principal, good motivator, mentor, guide. So something there should be for madam also, na? We just cannot let her go like that. So madam, there is a small token of respect from my side to you. Okay. And we are always indicate to her. We will remain. She is like our guide, mentor, and there are so many things to learn. Last time also when I came to the office, I was looking at the board and she was makes down everything written over there. What she has to do, what is there to be done in the future and all. So these are the learning points. Today also I saw. So that is why senior is so great. Thank you.
So thank you, Surajit. Thank you so much. And I am receiving this gift from Surajit sir on behalf of all of you.
Yes.
Because all of you are there, so I am here. You made the school to be a pride of Dhanbad. And I wanted it should continue. Okay? So Surajit sir, again I request you to come. Whenever I request you have to come, you have to take time.
Yes.
Okay? So thank you so much. Okay, sit down.
Anybody has to say something?
If anybody has to say something, can come. If anybody wants to.
Sir, this is for you that you are maintaining. Sir is using the laptop and helping us. Sir, this is for you. You are maintaining everything. You are also.
Hello. Thank you very much, sir. We are inspired a lot, and I am very inspired with your English, sir. So, such a fluency and such wonderful words you have told today, and I am telling you that many words I have written in a page. Yes, and many sentences I have written, and I was thinking that that kinds of English should be delivered. One sentence was you have used, a teacher should not leave any stone unturned. That was quite effective for me. Thank you very much, sir.
So anybody from the house, anybody wants to share?
Wants to say something? Yes.
As we have attended one more CVP training earlier in Aparna Public School, and it was also very interesting, and once again we got the opportunity excuse me. So at the end, when we were interacting with him there, so he said ki if you have gained 5% also, so I think I have done my job. But sir, I want to tell you that we have gained 50% there and 50% here, so it makes 100%.
Can we conclude now?
Yes, ma'am.
Third timing is not. I was that we can do it.
I call again.
I will not because the 5 hours of past once the program starts,
Good afternoon, everyone. So we all have had a very wonderful session, and every one of us cannot deny that we haven't gained any knowledge here. So it is rightly said, knowledge is power. To understand it, we have to use it. So understanding is using it, wisdom is controlling it, and the magic is knowing how to do that. And today's session has been as wonderful as the magic that has been created by Sir. A big round of applause for the honored mentor and resource person. On behalf of all the members of the Dhanbad Public School Herat branch, we acknowledge and adore the presence of Mr. Surajit Sen for investing his valuable time for guiding us. In the very beginning, he said, he had quoted that one teacher is equal to 1,000 ordinary men and women. And then he said that we are all thousands of teachers here. So this is something inspiring for the teachers' fraternity. Thank you, sir, for such kind of quotes. I don't know from where you all get such things for inspiring us. I would also like to thank our principal ma'am, because if she would not have coordinated and supported us, we wouldn't have had such a wonderful session under him. And today's event was really a successful one. Ultimately, I thank all of you present here, all the teachers here, and this session was really a wonderful one. Thank you, everyone.